You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
Welcome to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, the U.S. News & World Report's #1 engineering school in the United States that offers a master's as its highest degree for 18 consecutive years. Rose-Hulman, where you come to find yourself. Find yourself through personal growth, through personal development, through study, research, and invention. Rose-Hulman, your home for academic and athletic excellence. You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
To everyone who loves great food, let us
And welcome to Terre Haute, Indiana, on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, where the Trine Thunder have come to Rose-Hulman to take on the Fighting Engineers in tonight's home opener for the Rose-Hulman. Hello, everyone. I'm Herb King, and Walt Gordon is my partner. We're going to have a great night, a great opportunity to see two outstanding Division III teams take on each other in a rain fest. And when I say this, we don't have rain right now, but we had the heavens opened up about an hour and a half ago, and it was brutal.
You can definitely see puddles over there in the behind the goal posts over there in the, I guess that would be the shot put area if it was a track and field event. But when that rain was really coming down, it was on the road traveling back to Terre Haute, and I saw the forecast earlier today. Said rain. I thought maybe in the evening. Didn't know it was going to hit late afternoon, but hopefully it's cleared and we have a nice window where it'll be rain free.
Well, I know my car needed to be washed, but man, it was like going through an actual car wash with that thing when it was just going after it. Where Rose-Hulman comes into this ball game, they lost their opener at DePaul, and again, DePaul was a Division III qualifier who defeated Rose-Hulman last year in the final ball game for Rose-Hulman in the national playoffs. And again, DePaul was able to defeat Rose-Hulman, but a very close game, 3-point for Trine. They opened the season playing Anderson at home, where they won 38-0. And again, a very good defensive effort as you read anything about the Trine Thunder. Trine is an exceptional program. They've consistently been at the top of the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association standings, I'd say for the past about 8 or 9 years. And when you're looking at Trine, they've consistently been able to throw the football, but defense has been one of the things that the Thunder has been known for, and we're looking for a great ball game this evening. Rose-Hulman as well, defensively. They've had multiple players, receive honors defensively for Rose-Hulman in the last 2 or 3 years. And so we're gonna take a look now at a couple things. First of all, a scoreboard. This is the big thing for Rose-Hulman this year. The $1 million scoreboard, it's outstanding, and you're going to get to see some of that this evening. So if you come to Rose-Hulman, you'll get to see a scoreboard, and it is outstanding. I don't know what I can say. Third largest in the United States for a Division III school, and Pat Noya's a 76 grad here in Cindy have donated that scoreboard. And you see the Culver's logo as well. They're one of our sponsors for this evening's ball game, along with Farm Bureau Insurance and their agent Micah Bonomo, Great Dane, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive, all proud sponsors of this broadcast here on Indiana Sports Network. And Walt, when we talk about these two teams, last year it was 31-30 in an outstanding shootout at Trine, and the return of the Trine Thunder back to Rose-Hulman for this second ball game in the series. We're looking for a great ball game tonight.
We really are, and that game went all the way down to the wire, a 2-point conversion. Rose-Hulman able to get a big road victory against a very tough opponent. And when you look at that conference, MIA is so tough, and they're stacked, especially at the top. And Albion and Albion and Hope. When you look at those teams that
well, I can go on.
Trine,
there's multiples out. We're gonna see the Brits this next week when we talk about for Rose-Hulman, and they've been at the top of the conference as well. Olivet had their opportunity about 6 years ago. My son was part of that program coaching, and they won the conference 2 straight years and made it into playoffs. So there's about 4 teams in there that have rotated around, and then the teams in the middle of that league as far as wins and losses tend to rotate quite a bit. But Trine has been the team. They've been consistently at the top of the conference, either 1, 2, or 3 for the past about 9 years. And when you look at it, they pull players from Ohio, Michigan, and Indiana. They're right in that corner. Trine is not the name that it was called 30 years ago. It was Tri-State and Angola. And so if you're familiar with that, instead of saying Trine, the company donated several $1 million to actually get the name changed and get things going. And an outstanding university, very similar to Rose-Hulman, not as much, but they do have an engineering program. It's not as highly endorsed as Rose-Hulman's, but at the same time, they're outstanding. Hey, if you look at your screen, we're going to take a look here in just a moment, and I know we're going to have a video presentation here in just a short bit. So hold on just a second, and we'll see what's going on there. JMT is what we're talking about. Again, right about the 8-minute mark here, we're going to have something go on. Trine is still warming up at in the end zone, and they haven't gone in. Here it is. Oops. And here comes Rose-Hulman back onto the field. So the introduction of teams will take place in just a moment, as both of these teams getting ready for what appears to be an outstanding game as we set things up. Both of these teams had ranking points before the season started, and you can see here's what we have as far as the scoreboard and what's going to happen. Again, as we're watching the 3rd largest scoreboard in Division III football in the country, and these guys I know are pumped and ready to go.
When you've got that, you got to put it to good use, as we see right here. I mean, you got to showcase what you've got. I mean, you can't, you can't hide this thing. You got to show it off. You got to show off your wares. And what a great recruiting tool, also.
It really is. Rose-Hulman, ranked #1 in engineering in the way they rank their program by U.S. News and World Reports for the 23rd straight year. And I know they're proud of that opportunity for what's going on, but you can see everybody ready to go. And there's a picture of Rose-Hulman as they align themselves on the goal line. They'll take the field and touch the center part of what's going on, and then they'll be ready to go in what's happening. Again, Trine University from northeastern part of Indiana and Angola. That's clear up in the corner for those of you that are listening to the broadcast and aren't familiar with where they're located. They're not a conference member of the HCAC. Again, this is an inter-conference struggle between both the MIAA and the HCAC. And here comes the Fighting Engineers. So Rose-Hulman enters this ball game with 1 loss, and we're going to pause for a moment. We'll be right back with more here from Terre Haute, Indiana.
If somebody's kind of on the fence of going into a recruiting office or just reaching out to a recruiter, I would absolutely encourage it, if anything, just for the information.
We have a lot of enlistment bonuses out there right now, upwards to about $20,000. If you're in college or you plan to be to college, this is a great choice for you. Because our organization, we look for students who want to go to college. We also have educational benefits where we pay up to 100% of tuition.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look both ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at yorkautomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
And welcome back to Terre Haute, Indiana, on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, and it's Rose-Hulman taking on the Trine Thunder. We'll see the captains come out for that coin toss. Let's take a look at some of the starting lineups. First of all,
for today's game, starting with the Trine Thunder. Number 5, Connor Arthur. Number 22, Keyshawn Amison. 24, Zane Kirby. And 60, Jackson Lindback. And for your engineers, number 5, Kaiser Bowen. Number 7, Cameron Dorsey. Number 8, Tyler Smith. And number 9, Adam Taisalu.
And they'll have that live coin toss, and we'll be ready. Rose-Hulman for Rose-Hulman offensively. For Jalen Hobbs. The tight end is number 7, Alex Greskak. The left tackle, number 73, Chris Schultz. The left guard, number 59, Justin Pearson, who is receiving national honors as one of the top players in the country. The center, number 58, Kenneth Gibson. Right guard, number 53, Ryan Easterday. Right tackle, number 75, Devian Spraden. The wide receiver, number 2, Daniel Curie. Wide receiver number 9, Adam Taisalu. And the quarterback number 10, Miguel Robertson. Running back number 6, Grant Ruperta, who's the leading rusher for Rose-Hulman this season and is also a player. Winning the toss is, again, Trine. They deferred to the second half, and we'll get ready for this one. Let's take a look at some of the possible starters defensively for Trine. And when I look at this one, defensive end number 2, Jamian Gibson. To tackle, number 92, Kendall Himes, and number 42, Jacob Jackson. Defensive end is Jacob Yoder. Met his parents out here, by the way. Number 44 is Kyle Nafe. The linebacker number 8, Skylar Warren. Linebacker number 26, Marquez Tagliaferri. The cornerback number 3, Jalen Page. The safeties are 0, that's Mark Guerrero, and number 22, Kasian Amison. And the cornerback number 19, Angel Sanchez, and the punter is Braden Moore. And Rose-Hulman will gain possession of the football when Trine comes out to kick it off here. And we have 15 minutes on the scoreboard. We had to postpone the start of this one because of a major thunderstorm that went through, and to allow the players to warm up, they pushed the ball game back for a half an hour.
I know Trine is hoping for a thunderstorm for these next 4 quarters. We'll see what Rose. I know they were wishing for the opposite. We'll see what happens here tonight. Kind of apropos with
number 2, Daniel Hurie, and number 4, Jalen Hobbs.
Being the Thunder. So
Hobbs and Hury back to receive this kickoff for Rose-Hulman. And for Trine, they'll kick this one off. And the kickoff by Rose-Hulman, caught and brought up over the 30-yard line down to the 32, and Rose-Hulman will have possession of the football.
Very dangerous kick returners for Rose-Hulman, and a lot of returning starters, but a couple of key position players, brand new starters for Rose-Hulman on offense.
But we also have seen Rose-Hulman with a lot of, and when I say depth, the last couple of years they've brought in some speed, and people like Jalen Hobbs, who he can run. He's one of those guys that's the athlete of the group, and we'll see where they place him. He'll be split to the left. In that slot is number 2, that's Hury, and again Daniel Hury has a lot of speed in there. 4-man front for the Trine Thunder. Here comes the jet sweep out to the outside. It's Hury. He turns the corner. He's down the sideline for some big yardage, and he's close to a first down. Nope, they're going to mark him out of bounds with a 5-yard gain. He said he stepped out of bounds.
And that's that speed that you were talking about. Hury from Katy, Texas, a 5'8" junior. As this young man trying to tightrope, couldn't quite keep his feet in bounds.
Trips to the right side. They caught the ball.
Forward pass, though.
They incomplete ball. They're on the outside, as Rose-Hulman tends to do that, try to get the speed and the tempo up. They weren't able to complete it off that quick trips, and there was no adjustment, or the adjustment by Trine allowed them to throw the ball out there, but it was incomplete.
That's one you want to have. You got to catch that ball to get those free yards.
Stack eye to the left, looking, going for the deep fade. He's got him down the sideline. A beautiful pass and a great catch on the outside that time by number 9, and that's Adam Tice-Salou, the outstanding wide receiver for Rose-Hulman. We've seen him play the last couple years.
When you have that size, 6'3", from Joplin, Virginia, when you have that size, you just have to throw it up to him, give him a chance.
Inside run to Ruperta. He's going to get 5 yards. They're going to mark him there. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Jamin Gibson for the Thunder, one of the 3 first-team preseason selections for Trine defensively. And so this is a group that returns some major talent on the defensive end, as you mentioned.
Rolling to the side, nice hitch pass. Got it out there for the first down, and going down with it is number 4. That's Jalen Hobbs. Really nice execution right now by Rose-Hulman offensively, and you're seeing the quarterback, who's relatively new for what Rose-Hulman is doing this year, and Miguel Robertson, with an outstanding job and great completion percentage right now for him. Looking, he's got the wheel out, or the bubble out on the outside and down the sideline and out of bounds. Again, another opportunity. There's a pass completion to Hobbs. This is number 2, that's Daniel Hury. He catches it at a 5-yard gain, make it a 4-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd and, they're saying 2nd and 5.
Yeah, engineers using both sides of the field. Flinching up front, we've got a first flag. First flag is, we'll see who moved first. But you look at that last pass by our quarterback. If we can get the PA mic, if we can get that turned off. With Robertson, that last pass to the far side, a little bit off target. That takes away about 2, maybe 3 yards on that. Takes the timing off on that play. So just the nitpick just a little bit. A little bit better throw. You're looking at a closer down and distance.
5-yard penalty on Rose-Hulman. Robertson throws it inside, doesn't connect on the quick slant on the inside.
And that's a dangerous one there. Is you want to lead your slot man, but you lead him a little bit too much. That's going the other way.
Crucial 3rd down here on this first drive. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Engineers have moved the ball nicely, and they love that tempo.
Looking inside, play action fake, trying to go to post corner. He's got him open in the corner. Beautiful pass, sticks it right down at the 3-yard line. We'll see if they mark it at the 3. They do. It'll be 1st and goal. Rose-Hulman at the 3 on a tremendous throw to Adam Tice-Salou. He pulls it in at the 3. And Rose-Hulman's in scoring position.
They're in a hurry up to the line of scrimmage. How about Angel Sanchez for Trine, knocking them out of bounds to keep the score off the board?
Beautiful pass. Miguel Robertson on target. Inside. He's going to keep it. Running over the right side. He's going to get close to the 1.
Yeah.
And he's down at the 1-yard line. That's where they're going to mark this one.
Look what we had a direct snap there.
I'm sorry. Direct snap to Ruperta.
Yeah, direct snap there. And it's Ruperta stepping in for Shane Welchins, who's no longer in the program. Big shoes to fill there.
Bring other people into this one as well.
Yeah. And Ruperta had a good time on the field last year.
They're again going with this Wildcat. Ruperta up the middle, touchdown.
There we go.
They weren't able to stop him, and that's just good offense right there for Rose-Hulman. Really nice job making sure everybody's in the ball game there.
For the 1 yard.
What a statement drive right there for the Engineers to march down the field right around 70 yards on that opening touchdown drive and use both sides of the field as well as the middle to march down the field, the opening strike.
And the kick is up. It looks good. Well, Rose-Hulman on the board. Their first drive, it's 7-0. We'll return for more action here on Indiana Sports Network.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s, Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021, Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people in central and west central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies
to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
And we want to thank our sponsors for this evening's ball game. Culver's, who's joined us as one of our corporate sponsors, and the Indiana Army National Guard, who helps sponsor our pregame show. Farm Bureau Insurance and Micah Bonomo, Great Dane, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell, National Bank, and York Automotive. Transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive with 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. Rose-Hulman on the board. It's 7-0, 11:43 left to go here in the first period. Trine will step back and take the kickoff as Rose-Hulman gets ready to do it.
We had a backup in. Oh,
yes, we did. That's what I saw. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. I just want to let you know.
Kick is up and deep and into the end zone. What an outstanding kick. And Trine will take over 1st and 10. We're going to try to reset this one and get it ready to go. So very quick move by Rose-Hulman. They were in there, hurry up all the way through. Offensively for Trine, it'll be number 7, Cale Lawson at wide receiver. Tight end number 46, Matthew Shoemaker. The left tackle is Peyton Dustin. Left guard number 70 is Alexander Lewis. Mackay Simmons is the center. Jackson lineback. Right guard, and number 73, Connor Ousley, is the right tackle. Setting up quarterback Alex Price. He'll put the ball in his own hands, call his own number, and pick up about 3 yards. Other wide receivers, Connor Arthur, number 5. 18 is Brandon Klein. The running back is Zane Kirby. And we'll look at Rose-Hulman's probable starters here defensively. Again, Trine Thunder with the football. 2nd and 8. From the 32-yard line, they'll give it on the edge on the jet sweep or jet off the edge, and they read that one, and he'll pick up enough yardage for the first down.
That's a tackle you absolutely have to make. Amonkwa was there to make that tackle, being able to open field tackle in space. You got to make that one, bring him down to keep him from getting that first down.
So first down for Trine. They have the football on the 37-yard line. 3 receivers here to the bottom of your screen. Looking, potential offsides, doesn't quite do it. Looking, nice throw on the outside. Did he catch it?
He did.
They're saying he did at the 49-yard line. There's another first down. Pass is complete by number 5. And Connor Arthur with that catch.
What a great job to go down to the turf to secure the ball. Arthur is, that's what, you need to help your quarterback out, get him in rhythm early. Price last season had a little problem with completion percentage. That's one thing that Trine and then Coach Adams will want to improve on this season is that completion percentage.
1st and 10 for Trine, trying to get it over midfield.
There we go.
They get it right to midfield, and it'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Run by
one of the guys on the tackle, Kaiser Bowen, one of the individuals you will call his. There's a lot of guys who are going to call their names a lot. You're going to see and hear some of the same individuals' names being called.
And folks, we got going a little bit too quickly on this one for Rose-Hulman offensively. Number 12 for Rose-Hulman, and that's Rick Easterwood, who's a quarterback, the sophomore from Bakersfield, California, that led Rose-Hulman on that scoring drive. Corner route off the side is incomplete, intended for number 6 for the Trine Thunder. Rodney Johnson, he wasn't able to hold that one in.
And you could see Johnson's demeanor after that, kind of head snapped up in the air, and that's one, when you're open like that and your receiver, you run a nice route, you want that ball to be put on you, just a little bit too much air there as he couldn't come up with that ball. Now we have a big 3rd down for the Thunder.
3rd and 9 for Trine as the ball's located at the 50-yard line. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. They got single coverage man press here on the back side.
Play clock down to 3.
And they got the wheel route. That's the big play, and they get it there. And then the ball's out. And they're going to call it incomplete pass.
Completion. Yep.
Called incomplete pass. They didn't have it long enough. Great play that time for Rose-Hulman. Number 11 on the hit for the fighting for Rose-Hulman, and Riley Roberts knocks that one out. The senior from Greenwood, Indiana.
Just in the nick of time, and didn't have an opportunity for the completion to be made. You got to have that thing. Zane Kirby was able to catch it, was not able to make a football play, was not able to move upfield with it. So that's why it's called an incompletion, where the ball was dislodged, an incompletion instead of a fumble.
Huge stop for Rose-Hulman as they're able to stop Trine. And a really good play call by the Trine coaching staff. They had a man wide open for the first down. He's just got to haul that one in and not get nailed. Punt. It's going to roll for a little bit. It goes inside the 20-yard line and it rolls down inside the 15. We'll return for more action here on Indiana Sports Network.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy.
Easterwood, the quarterback, he'll hand it off. Up down the sideline is Ruperton. He goes out of bounds, but he's hit late. And that'll give a 15-yard penalty as he's hit out of bounds. He was 2 steps out of bounds and received a shot on the sideline. Not only do we get a good run, but also an ability to move the football up close to midfield.
Just a little frustration there. You run all the way that way, and you want to get a lick on the running back, but just got to use your discipline. And not give up the free yards right in front of your own bench, too. You know a little thing about that when one of your players does that right in front of you?
Yeah, you do something like that. That's not really good. Well, it's not at the 50-yard line. It's at the 46. They haven't crossed midfield yet. But again, Rose-Hulman trying to move the football and trying to do so very quickly. Hobbs at the bottom of your screen. The wide out there at the top is Alex Tice-Salou. In the slot, number 2, that's Daniel Hury.
Weapons all over the place, Herb.
Looking for it. Easterwood with the pass off the edge. Broken up out there by Trine's number 3. And that's going to be Jalen Page. Trine brought about 100 players to this ball game, and when I'm saying that, on a roster that is completely filled, so that we've got multiple dual numbers, so hopefully we don't get those mixed up as well. 3-4 defense.
Oh no!
Fumbled by Easterwood, but he collects himself, falls forward for a loss of 2.
And that's going to bring up a long third down. Very fortunate for the Engineers to secure the football. That fumble, the bobbled snap. I think I actually had a little contact there with Rapierta, possibly as he was going
possibly there. Again, the quarterback is a sophomore, number 12. That's Rick Easterwood. 3 receivers, bottom of the screen. It's 3rd and 12. He throws the slant. It's not backwards and batted away, and that'll draw out the punt team for Rose-Hulman.
What do you teach? If you can't get there, put your hands up. Things like that happen. You have that tip drill. You give yourself a chance. If the ball's in the air, you got a chance moving backwards. Unfortunately for Rose, it was so far that nobody could get to it and come away with just a punt. And there's a good 3 and out there for a good series defensively for Trine to get their offensive back on the field.
So for Rose-Hulman, they'll be forced to punt here. Ball rests at the 45-yard line.
It's a great
Huge punt. Gets it inside the 10. It's going to roll.
Oh, come on now.
End zone. It does. And we'll have it. 1st and 10 when we come back will be Trine. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
Your all-pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an all-pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one all-pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1, you are.
Trine with the football. Play action, throws a quick slant.
Nice.
They got a man open, and he could go. No, he's hauled down at about the 44-yard line. Great tackle save there by number 2 defensive back is Tice Miller, sophomore from Bargersville, Indiana. He hauls down the Trine offensive player, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Thunder. Ball rests at the 44.
You see Price right that time really just put it on the receiver, and that's you get that right on target in stride, and you have that big play ability.
Settling in now for Trine. They'll put the ball up the middle and picking up just a few really tough yards.
Yes. Zane Kirby has displayed the spin. We've seen this 2 or 3 times when he takes that absorbs that initial contact. And you try to wrap him up, and he just spins, and that makes it even tougher to bring down. And then after that, getting maybe 2 more yards, and so a tough customer to bring down. Junior from Sweetster, Indiana. Where is that?
That one I don't know.
Okay.
Cale
Sweetster
Lawson was the last receiver for Trine, and collected himself on that slant.
Good coverage, but a great catch. Wow.
And he put it right on the money.
He did. Yes,
Alex Price with a tremendous throw. And a great catch that time for number 18, and that's Brandon Klein, the senior from Callahan, Florida.
Cameron Dorsey was draped all over him, and it still didn't matter.
7-0 is our score. Rose-Hulman with the lead. Kirby in the backfield, setting alongside Price. Price will run it up in there, try to get the first down. Looks like he's got it. They'll mark it with a first down for Trine, and the Thunder on the move. They have the ball at the 45-yard line, and they've crossed over into Rose-Hulman territory, and they really desperately want to put some points on the board here in this drive.
You know, when you look at Price, this young man was a second leading rusher last season, so this is a quarterback thing that can move the ball on the ground.
Rose-Hulman moving defensively, trying to give a little bit of a different look all the time. And they do. Price with the carry up the middle, and he's got some yardage. He'll pick up about 8 yards on the end, an extra pop on that one.
Yeah, the little blow to the head, it looked like at the end.
Looked like it.
It wasn't intentional, because, but that's just sometimes it happens. If it happens, you're going to draw that flag, whether it's intentional or not.
And taking that trot off the field, number 60 is Jackson Lindback, the 6'5" senior from Lafayette. He'll take his seat for at least one play.
It's a nice drive here for Trine so far.
2nd and 3. Thunder again not only can throw it, they can also run it. They're looking inside, went for the slant again, and wow, what a needle.
Again.
He threaded that thing right in there.
Again. I mean, I'm telling you what, Brandon Klein is the recipient of 2 really, really good passes. Is that the 3rd slant this drive?
3rd slant this drive, and not only did he throw them, he stuck them right in there like they're supposed to be hit.
You know, if they can't stop it, which a perfectly executed slant is almost impossible to stop unless you got help come from somewhere, or if your DB just guesses correctly. But boy, they're executing that. How many more times will he be able to do that? We'll see.
Because the defender is right there, and he had a chance.
Yeah, that's what you want. High snap again.
And a pop right in the backfield, loss of 2 yards immediately in the backfield. And a nice play, 56 for Rose-Hulman with that tackle behind the line, and that's Peter Cross. Outstanding play, got through the gap, settled down, and made the tackle. Brings up a 2nd down and 13. Waiting on the play, and they'll signal it in. Alex Price sets up for the Trine Thunder. Zane Kirby still in the backfield with him. Looking to throw the ball. There's a crosser. They get it to him. That'll be close to a 1st down. They'll mark it as a 1st down. No, excuse me. That's the 1st end of the chains. They just got back the 2 or 3 yards they lost. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Boy, when you find that matchup that you like, you just keep going to it, and going to it. That's the matchup right now.
Again, Trine, precision passing. They're in field goal range if they want to try one here. Rose-Hulman desperately needs to keep them out of that, and if they keep the 10-yard ready to go, they're going to bring the bunch in. It'll be tight bunch for Trine, trying to run crossers and see if they can do something to get somebody open down the middle of the field. And he gets jammed right off the edge. Here comes speed off the edge, and again, a huge defensive play by Rose-Hulman as they're able to get that one taken care of. Number 11 on the stop for Rose-Hulman. And again, the Fighting Engineers are doing a great job. Riley Roberts, you just can't get around him at certain points. The big hit play maker for Rose-Hulman. It'll be bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that was your 3rd down play, 3rd and 10, and trying to get to the edge there with Kirby, and a guy that can get there, but good pursuit by the Engineers. Going to settle for this field goal here. So Engineers, good job, forcing that. Let's see what we can get if we can tie this game up. Or should be to draw him closer, I should say, not tie it up.
Colton Wampler, a sophomore kicker from Warsaw, Indiana, in to attempt a field goal. He'll put the shot up. He's got the distance, and it's good. So Trine gets back on the board here with 2:24 left to go in the first period. It's 7-3. Rose-Hulman with the lead when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has the mission of leading every coach and every athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and His church. Through camps and huddles, character coaches, and special events, we are making an impact in West Central Indiana. Check out where you can get involved at our website, wcindianafca.org. FCA, we are the heart and soul in sports.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
And we're proud to have the Indiana Army National Guard as one of our sponsors. They have done a great job coming alongside. And I was talking to one of the Trine parents before, and I said, they were complaining a little bit about some of the parking. And one of the things here that I can tell them is, well, it's not homecoming. Because at homecoming here, all the Rose-Hulman kids get recruited. And they looked at me really funny, and they said, well, that sounds kind of neat. Yeah, but there's really no parking at homecoming. You got to get here nice and early and spend the day here at Rose-Hulman. Kick off by the Thunder. Deep. They'll get it inside the 10 and picked up there for Rose-Hulman in Hobbs, and he'll go up over the 20-yard line, and that's where we'll start when we get back here on Indiana Sports Network. So Rose-Hulman will have the football, 1st and 10. Ball rests at the 22-yard line. And here comes the offense for Rose-Hulman. You know, doing a nice job today also for Rose-Hulman is the H-back tight end, and that's number 7. That's Alex Gresscock, who's really done a nice job at not only the blocking, but you'll see him with an opportunity to catch passes as well. Here comes the counter play over the edge. Ruperta picks up a yard or two using that counter play, and again, Gresscock with one of the lead blocks.
That was actually Lance Shelton, the senior from Kansas City, just popped in.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so this was it 1 or 2 years ago we saw him break off a couple of big plays in the game. That
had almost 100 yards at one ball
absolutely.
Game. He can run, and right now it's being thrown to the outside. Potential for a first down. They're close to the chains. We'll see how close they actually are. It'll be 3rd and 1.
I was in Kansas City a couple weeks ago. Got me some good barbecue, Herb. Lord have mercy. Oh, boy. I got my fill in a couple of days, I tell you that.
Well, we're going to see if Rose-Hulman can fill this thing up and put it into first down.
Oh, wow.
No way. He's getting nailed in the backfield. It'll bring up 4th down, and Rose-Hulman will be forced to punt.
Jamin Gibson just swallowed up Shelton. Mercy. Like I swallowed those ribs a couple weeks ago.
I'll tell you, Lance had no chance.
No, he didn't.
Absolutely no chance.
Jamin Gibson, a 6'1", 270-pound junior from Toledo, Ohio. One of those preseason first-team all-conference selections on this defense. And once again, we got 3 of them along with Kyle Nafe and also Keyshawn Amerson, the safety. So
Andrew Toller, the junior punter from Bidwell, Ohio, pounds this
beauty.
One. What a tremendous punt. Wow. There's no way they're going to return it, and Trine will have the football when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
If somebody's kind of on the fence of going into a recruiting office or just reaching out to a recruiter, I would absolutely encourage it, if anything, just for the information.
We have a lot of enlistment bonuses out there right now, upwards to about $20,000. If you're in college or you plan to be to college, this is a great choice for you, because our organization, we look for students who want to go to college. We also have educational benefits where we pay up to 100% of tuition.
So Trine with the football, 1st and 10. Settling the offense down right now. Looking things over. They're going to run it on the edge. Nope, he picked it up. That's a really nice read. Power read on what's going on. The guard pulls up the front. Rose-Hulman did a nice job of holding him only at about 4 yards. And, again, solid defense for the Fighting Engineers.
Price runs that really well, doesn't he?
Really does. Reads it well. They read the end, forced the end to go outside. And part of the thing that makes that more difficult is when Rose-Hulman is changing fronts defensively, because you have to figure out who has the quarterback and who has the guy running the speed play off the edge.
So whistle.
And
end of the first
whistle
quarter.
on the play. That'll be the end of the first quarter. We'll take one as well. Rose-Hulman with a 7-3 lead over the Trine Thunder. We'll return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look both ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
All right, my friends, it's 7-3. Rose-Hulman with the lead and Trine with the football, trying to take away that lead. They just had their last drive end in a field goal, and we'll see what happens on this one. Again, Trine with the football. 2nd and 6, ball at the 31. Looks at the bubble. No, they throw the quick slant. That's a really nice play, and he ended up dropping the football. It's thrown just a little bit behind him, but I really like the play call and then the read going on that time offensively for Trine.
And had an opportunity there for Rodney Johnson to make a play. Wasn't able to squeeze that thing, as that was, I believe, his second target of the evening. And so big 3rd down once again for Trine, and then also for the Rose-Hulman defense to try to get off the field.
3rd and 6. Rose-Hulman. One side is tight man, and the other side is very loose man. Faking the blitz or bringing it. We'll see what happens here. Waiting for a while. Here comes the pass. Crossover, payoff! Sitting there right waiting for it. Number 21 for Rose-Hulman. That's Winston Amankwa, the senior from Columbus, Ohio, with the interception, and Rose with the biggest break of the ball game so far.
And that's what Rose-Hulman needed. Now have a short field, try to go up by a couple scores or more than one score. And boy, you got to capitalize on this opportunity here now with field position at the 34-yard line. Got to capitalize. Punch this thing in the end zone.
Ball to 34, and we're going to see what happens here for Rose-Hulman. Rick Easterwood has been the quarterback from the start. He's gotten the start as again, we don't really know what's going on in the institution of what's happening there, but Ruperta picks up about 4 yards on an inside zone play, and it'll be 2nd and 6.
Amankwa last season had 4 interceptions. Already has one this season. Boy, this is a golden opportunity here in the beginning of the 2nd quarter.
2nd and 6. Easterwood, quick hitch, got it outside, nice play. I'll tell you what, that's because if you look at how hard Adam Taisalou comes off the ball, they just gave him the hitch. Didn't even try to do anything else.
You're so worried about him going over the top with that size, 6'3" frame. You have so much to be concerned with.
3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Looks to fake. They're trying to throw the vertical down the middle. They'll throw it, and he'll just throw it away. That's a really nice job by Easterwood. He's double covered. He went for the double, and I'm going to say this, the double post, because the backside guy had a post as well, and they're trying to catch the corner up on the tight end, and instead the corner dropped, and they had him double covered.
He felt the pressure starting to get close, so no sense in trying to force anything.
Ruperta inside, he's got a seam, he's still moving, and he'll get down. He'll pick up about 6 yards. We'll see how close they mark this one. He'll get the ball over the 15 or at the 15-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 16. 3rd and 5.
Angel Sanchez did a great job of hanging on to that shoe for dear life as he, just gave his teammates time to get home.
Looking at the jet sweep, they get it. He turns it up in. He'll pick up about 3 and just get hammered.
Yeah, he did.
They'll give him 2 on this one.
He took a shot, didn't he?
He took a shot, and in the process, here comes the field goal unit on, and we'll see if Rose-Hulman can connect on a field goal. Everything counts in this ball game.
It does. It does. Would have liked to be able to get the first down and continue to drive, get in the end zone. But if you can make this a 7-point game here with the connected field goal, then you'll have to say, okay, let's just take these points.
Jonathan Oliger, he'll put the kick up. Looks good, and it is good. And Rose-Hulman lengthens that lead back to 7 points. It's 10-3 when we return for more action here on Indiana Sports Network.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact, work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have, and that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
10-3, Rose-Hulman with the lead. The field goal scored at 13:01 left to go here in the second period. If you're looking at Rose-Hulman, 77 yards passing right now for Easterwood. Receiving-wise, Adam Tice-Salou with 53 yards, Hury with 14, and Hobbs with 10 as far as totals on that way. Rushing, Grant Ruperta with 34 yards rushing. He's the leading rusher for Rose-Hulman. For Trine, Price with 5 for 9, 1 interception, 56 yards passing for the Thunder. They take that kickoff, and he's got a spot right up in there, and he'll get it up to the 30-yard line, and that's where Trine will take over.
You know, if you can get that field position plus 30, you'll take that. As far as most teams will have decent kick coverage, as Rose did right there. But when you have these athletes returning these kicks, man, you're going to get to unless you have a serious hang time, they're going to get to the 30 pretty much every time.
Rushing-wise, for Trine, Price has 17 yards and Kirby with 16. So it's interesting. Usually you don't see in Division III too many quarterbacks that are leading the team in rushing, but in this case, Price is available. Avid. He's open, and he really moves.
Yep.
Reads it well. Timeout called by the Thunder. We'll take one as well. Again, Rose-Hulman leads here in the second quarter, 10-3.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s,
Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021, Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people in central and west central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies
to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
And a quick timeout. Again, Trine did not like what they were going to run there on first down. He easily took the timeout instead of making a mistake. And usually that means there's something going on as far as passing-wise he didn't like. The defensive coverage or something that way. We'll see what they come out with on this one. Again, a 10-3 Rose-Hulman lead here in the second quarter. An offset I, and they're going to play action fake, roll it to the outside, gets a nice throw, and he's only going to get 5 yards.
Boy, he was out of bounds, and that ball floated from Price's hands. And that's one of those that you have to connect on. You cannot.
He caught it.
But he was out of bounds when he caught the ball.
Yeah, they're going to say
floated on him.
His heel hit the out of bounds line.
But you also have to have some awareness. So it kind of goes both ways. I don't want to put it all on Price, but that ball floated. It needed to be more on the target, but you also, as a receiver, you got to be aware that the sideline's right there as well. So it's double fault there.
Like the play, just didn't complete it.
Yeah, got to have those free yards are a necessity.
And it slips the back out of the backfield. He almost picked off. That was a really nice defensive play by Rose-Hulman. They had the intended receiver literally double covered.
It really did. And how about Tyler Smith did a great job staying with Price, didn't try to go for the sack, stayed in, kind of bracketed him, made sure he's not going to run with it, but stayed in front of him. That maybe caused a little bit of an errant pass there. So
really nice job that time by Rose-Hulman's defensive secondary as they were able to thwart that opportunity. It's third down now and 10. Rose-Hulman showing an all-out blitz, and they bring him. And going to throw the ball, Price gets it outside, and that's a first down. A really nice play that time as he threw it outside and threw it to number 6. And that wide receiver is Rodney Johnson from Houston, Texas. Picks up that first down.
That's some serious speed there. Rodney is quick. He's quick.
But it's also a really good understanding of what was going on. He's able to just dump the ball to his quick receiver, and nobody was there for Rose-Hulman in the immediate vicinity to bring him down. And they're into the double wing set. They're going to pound it up the middle. 24 with the run, and again a nice play by Kirby as he'll pick up a couple yards, but they're not gashing anybody. No. Neither side is. Both these teams play great defense.
Jake Ovanich was there and couldn't quite get his hands on Kirby. He was close, trying to make that tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
That'll bring up 2nd and 7. Trine with the football, trying to break that midfield mark. They trail by 7. Look for the quick slant. No, they got it out. They almost picked him off.
You got to have that.
Amankwa.
Yep. He's mad at himself, and he should be.
Winston Amankwa, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell every one of my receivers. You catch that one with your thumbs, not with your pinkies.
Yeah.
And he went for it on the backside. That's a very difficult catch with your pinkies together, but it's a lot easier if you can throw your thumbs at it. It's 3rd and 7, and Rose-Hulman again wants to try to take Trine out of this one. Great defensive plays by these teams right now, both sides.
Absolutely. I'd like to put an asterisk by that play. Let's see what Trine comes up with this new life, even on this 3rd down.
Bunch set of 3 receivers here at the bottom of the screen. They're going to run the crossers and double, triple crossers. They got him on the edge to get to the first down.
Yes,
he does.
Great play. You got to love that play call right there, that double cross right in the middle of the field. Who do you go with? Who's going to be open? And it's just, you have the time. The defensive line is not able to get home. Price had all day to let his receivers get to their spots, and Kyron Pearson able to make a big play and get a first down.
So first down for Trine. H-back in the backfield as they're looking for it. They're going to fake it. There's a slant again. He almost caught that one. Whoa.
That was a great effort right there by Klein. Brandon Klein already has, 3 or 4 grabs. Once again, defenders on his back. That throw was almost hauled in by Klein again, just kind of broken up at the last.
Trine's a good football team.
Yes.
And again, they're picked to win the MIAA this season. Handoff up the middle and picking up just a few yards to make that 3rd down a little more manageable for the Thunder. It'll be about 3rd and 7.
We talked about Zane Kirby from Sweetser, Indiana, east of Converse, west of Marion, on State Road 18.
I know where it is.
Okay.
Driven through it. I just haven't been. I don't remember going through the actual town, but I've been in that area.
It didn't take long.
You usually know we're going to talk about someplace that nobody's heard of, and that's one of them.
Yeah. Usually it's me. We never heard of neither one of us.
Oh, and they picked a quarterback, and he kept the football, and Rose-Hulman stuffs him right there. It'll bring up 4th down. It is in an area where they could actually go for this one. We'll see what happens.
I wouldn't expect that.
Nope,
but
they could.
But I definitely wouldn't expect that. Try to bunt this thing, pinch Rose-Hulman inside the 15, inside the 10-yard line, and give him a long field to go in the Engineers' defense. I'm telling you what, when you return, 17, 16 starters from a undefeated conference championship team, you have high aspirations. They're living up to the billing here today against a really good team.
Rose-Hulman showing they're going to blitz. Oh, over his head! Punt snap over his head. It's down to the 25. He's going to get it off. It's partially blocked. They can roll with it. It could have ended up with the ball.
Oh, my.
Because that ball was kicked and blocked, you could have picked it up and ran with it, but Trine wasn't able to get their hands on it. Matter of fact, they moved away from it. That will be a 3 or 4 yard punt. No, they'll make it a 10-yard punt. Wow, what a play, and Rose-Hulman will end up with the football.
The presence of mind to look over your shoulder, see what the defense is, but then also kind of a little bit of luck that the ball rolled in a linear fashion and not, going side to side like it could. You're able to grab that thing and get a kind of a rugby punt. That's a great effort.
They can probably thank, again, Braden Moore, the punter from Fenton, Michigan.
Yeah.
Picked that one up and had enough presence of mind to get it off. It could have easily been blocked as well. Inside run to Ruperta. He's going to move the chains a little bit. No, they're not going to say he's going to get maybe a yard.
Nowhere to go there as the interior of this defense. And very stout.
You can really see these guys. This is a great football game, folks. 9 minutes left to go here in the first half. 10-3, Rose-Hulman with the lead. Pump, they've got an opportunity for a screen. They throw it to the outside.
What an effort.
They get a catch.
No,
did not get the catch.
That one floated a little bit as well. As you know, you want to get those positive yards. It's a tough play to be able to make. And in the ball game, actually, Jay Smith, a freshman running back from Evansville, Indiana, is actually in the game, and so the freshman getting a big series here.
Play action, fake the guy, hops down the middle, no down the side, and it's caught down on the outside. Rose-Hulman with a huge catch on that one. The wide receiver is Abe Gizaw, the sophomore wide receiver from Mount Juliet, Tennessee, with that catch. And Rose-Hulman's inside the 40-yard line with a first down.
What a big play.
Quick one, pump fake, he got a man wide open down the middle of the field. Can he get in the end zone? No, he's hauled down at the 6-yard line. And again, a play action. They pump fake the screen. Gresscock with the catch. And a huge play gets the ball inside the 10, down to the 7. It's first and goal.
Boy, Trine is subbing all over the place, and it's going to be some another quick one is Rose-Hulman trying to get to the line, trying to get set up. But when you sub, you give the defense a chance to sub as well.
Ruperta with the Wildcat. He'll pound it off tackle. He doesn't get very far. Yes, he does. He gets down to the 2. A second effort and a huge push that time. Big number 73 with the extra aid there in Chris Schultz, the offensive lineman, the junior from Frankfort, Illinois. You don't get to say those linemen's numbers very often, but you could see him just pushing that whole pile forward.
How big would this score be for the Engineers? Once again, this is one that's got to end up in the end zone.
They faked the screen and threw it in there. Ruperta again. Inside. Touchdown, Rose-Hulman. Grant Ruperta on the Wildcat. And I'll tell you what, that's a huge play for the Fighting Engineers as they take the lead. It's now 16-3. Rose-Hulman with the lead and looking to tack on that extra point.
Boy, Engineers really taking advantage of some opportunities here today and march down the field there. A big strike on a pivotal down to get them in scoring territory.
And the kick is up, almost blocked, but no, he gets it up, and it's good. So Rose-Hulman finds themselves leading now 17-3, and we'll return for more action here on Indiana Sports Network.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
And for Rose-Hulman, kicking off is number 29, Connor Whitesell. The extra point was made by number 17, that's Kyle Rayberg, the sophomore from Brunswick, Georgia. And another deep kickoff. Gets that one down inside the 5. And another good lane, but he's hemmed in inside the 30. And that's where Trine will take over when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids. So when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
Trine with the football, 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. New quarterback in, he throws that ball right in the ground, and he didn't get a good one off on that one. The quarterback is a senior from Huntington, Indiana, and that's Brett Kaler.
Yeah, Brett came in reserve last week on a shellacking of Anderson. Price threw a couple interceptions in the first half. Kaler came in and got the offense moving a little bit more, and kind of wondered if we would see both quarterbacks here today, and so
Well, traditionally, they have done this and put their second string guy in the second quarter. They're going to hand it off inside, and nothing but did he get the football? Does he have it? No, he doesn't have it. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Sorry. Looked like he had the ball there for a second.
Right. You know, the one thing when you look at Kaler coming into the game, that threat of the quarterback run, I'm not going to say it's non-existent, but I would think that it's not as great as it is with Price. And so does that make the Engineers key on Kirby and then try to stop the passing game? So we'll see how this progresses here for the Thunder.
Third and 11. Third and 11. Big play. Rose-Hulman bringing the blitz. No, they're going to fake it and come back outside.
Pressure with 4.
And they've got a nice sack.
How about it?
Back.
Devin Cobb with a big sack. 3.5 sacks last season, 2021. Pressure. When you send 4, you can get home that fast. Boy, if you're an offensive line coach, you're not very happy.
No, they didn't do a good job of keeping people in front of them.
Right. Because the linebackers backed off in plenty of time, so you knew the blitz was not coming.
He just whipped him.
Yeah,
right
he
up
did.
Front, got
Good
right
move.
in the quarterback's face.
Sometimes you just get beat. That's just
Fourth and 19. Trine will punt the football, and they get a good snap this time.
Very good.
Nice punt. Turns all the way over. Caught by Rose-Hulman on a fair catch, and that's where the Engineers will take over when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1.
You are.
You're #1 at York.
Inside run for Rose-Hulman. They need to move the chains and keep control of this one with 5:50 left to go here in the first half. If they can control the football all the way down, run it inside the 2-minute mark, even if they don't score, they've maintained their position as the leader in the ball game.
Speaking of chains, this is the second season for the electronic chain that we have. It's so nice to have that over there, isn't it?
Inside, no, they're going to pump it, send it outside, a nice throw and a completion. He's going to gain about 4 yards on that one. It'll bring up about 3rd and 4.
It's just, you give yourself a very manageable 3rd down when you pitch it over there to your big-bodied target, Ty Salou.
And Ty Salou's a big body out there. Looking at the quick slant. No, they get it outside. He's going to be short of the first down.
Oh, wow. Depends on the initial spot. I thought he lost yards when he tried to make a spin instead of diving forward.
And 4th down, and I don't think they're going to risk this one.
Oh, boy. Nobody's moving. Are you going to take a timeout here? Run the play clock down, take a timeout, and punt?
Ty Salou running the other side of the field. Hobbs coming to this side along with Daniel Hury.
Little motion. Let's see if we can get Trine to jump. Engineers, I do expect them to take a timeout, but they might snap this. Oh, who jumped? Who jumped?
Somebody jumped. And they're going to call offensive movement.
Man. Well, there goes that decision.
Reminder, it's going to be blown dead if it's the offense, and that's what happened. Ball's blown dead, and they're going to call the punt team out. Folks, we want to thank our sponsors, Indiana Army National Guard, Culver's, who's building franchises all over this area in Indiana. Farm Bureau, and by the way, did you have anything to eat from Culver's lately? I had a Butterburger the other day. Honestly did. Yep. Want to go there all the time. Farm Bureau Insurance and Micah Bonoma, Great Dane, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive.
Last time I was there, I got the fish sandwich. So
timeout, Trine. They did not have their returner back, and that's going to really hurt them late here in this drive if they have one. So with that timeout, we'll take one as well. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s,
Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021,
Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people in central and west central Indiana.
we are committed to the latest therapies to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
If you're good. So Rose-Hulman will be forced to punt, 4th and 6. Trine looking like they're coming, and they are. Here they come. Gets that one off.
Jeez.
Another tremendous punt. They're going to pull him clear back inside the 10, and he has a chance to return this and gets it out over the 24, up to the 24-yard line, and that's where Trine will take over, 1st and 10.
Well, I tell you, I think it was Pearson that time had to track that ball down and make a whale of a catch to try to get a return on. And that punt, that's the third phenomenal punt that time by Toller. It's just, boy, he's just kicking the leather off the ball. Are they actually, is that leather's the right material?
It is leather.
Leather still? Okay.
Yeah, it's still leather.
All right, want to make sure.
3 punts, averaging 51 yards a punt.
Mercy sakes.
Rose-Hulman showing they're coming, and they do. There's a slant again. Oh, picked off. Another really good defensive effort that time by number 7 for Rose-Hulman. And again, defensive back, that's Cameron Dorsey, the junior from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
They're going after Dorsey. They've been going after Dorsey all game, and you just do your job, Dorsey. Get that coverage on them. Get that right arm in there just in time to try to knock that thing away, make it a tough reception.
And I don't think it's actually against Dorsey. I just think that's the position he's playing.
Well, it just
you know what I'm saying? They're not trying to pick on him.
No,
he's
but it's just
answering the call.
It's happened to be him several times, though. That's what I'm saying.
Fade, here comes, down deep, and they don't get it there. And that fade was thrown in a fashion where they're trying to score on it rather than trying to complete it.
Right.
The Rose-Hulman threw a fade to Ty Salou early in the ball game where they threw it, and it's almost the stop fade, threw it back shoulder fade.
Yep.
This was not.
No, it was not.
This is just a foot race fade.
Once again, there's a big 3rd down here, 3rd and 10 for trying to sustain a drive, trying to move down the field, get in scoring territory. Engineers trying to get off the field with their defense, give their offense another crack before half.
3 receivers, top of the screen, 3rd and 10 for the Trine Thunder.
Timeout. What do we got? No flag.
Delay of game.
Delay of game. Yep.
That's not going to help anybody.
No,
3:41 left to go here in the first half. Trine with a delay of game. That's going to mark them back 5 yards.
That's a bad penalty right there especially at that time. You already had 3rd and 10. Now you got 3rd and 15, and you're snapping it, inside the red zone.
Well, it puts you behind the chains for sure.
Yeah.
And then again, Rose-Hulman has been known to kind of tee off in some of these moments.
They have. Do they bring pressure this time?
They're looking at it. They're showing a 3-4 front. Are they going to bring him? They backed one off. They backed them all off. Edge, throw, and he doesn't get it off in time to anybody that's open. And he may have hurt his shoulder on that one coming out of the ball game for Trine is number 5, and he does not look good on that one, and that's Connor Arthur. He grabbed his shoulder and ran off the field from Bryan, Ohio. And it'll cause Trine to be forced into a punting situation. It's been a circus for Trine with the punter. Braden Moore has done a nice job, but not given an opportunity. And I'll tell you, the snapper has a lot to do with this too, because the way Trine lines up, that snapper is responsible to block.
Yeah.
It's not like he has a free release. So the type of
have another delay of game.
They might have one, and they may take it anyhow.
Unless they take the time
out.
They
did. They took the delay of game.
I don't know why.
That's a 10-yard set of penalties, and that's really going to cause things back. 3:36 left to go in the first half.
Didn't they have another time? Oh, they have 2 time. No, they have 1 timeout left. Burn that timeout. I wouldn't take that 5-yard loss right there.
17-3 is our score. Rose-Hulman with the lead, and they're lined up here going for the block on this side. They came after it, and they almost got it. It looked like it partially was tipped, Ball's tipped up, picked up, and Rose-Hulman with an opportunity. He broke that one, and it goes down at the 48-yard line. What a return for Rose-Hulman on that one. And number 4, Jalen Hobbs, with that opportunity, looked like he was potentially going to take it.
Hobbs, that would probably be one of the most exciting 7-yard returns that you'll see. He had an opportunity. Good job by trying to knock him down before he really got started. Dodged a few thunder, but just couldn't get away with the last couple.
Well, and these teams in this area just, you don't know what to do with the speed with Hobbs. They went for the jugular. Here comes the fade over the top, and there's going to call a pass interference. That's an easy one to call, too.
Sure is.
Had a hold of his jersey.
Mm-hmm. And Hobbs, the guy that just tried to, return that, not phased, and just goes downfield trying to make another big play. I mean, this is a guy, you just want the ball in his hands. However you can. Oh, wait a minute.
No, they're going to say it was intercepted.
Oh, they are?
No, wait.
Wait a minute.
They thought pass interference is on the defense. There we go.
Like, well, I didn't know what they were.
They were all whooping and hollering. I don't know what went on there. Both sides were cheering, and they actually called the pass interference against Trine. Hey, speaking of these teams, you've got Trine, who's played Anderson. You've got Rose-Hulman, who's played DePaul, and Anderson and DePaul are at halftime, and it's 38-0 DePaul.
Yeah,
DePaul's an outstanding team in the North Coast. They're expected to win that conference. Yep. And again, all three of these teams, Trine, Rose-Hulman, and who I just mentioned, DePaul, are all picked to basically win their conferences. And if you want to throw Albion in, which will be Rose-Hulman's next opponent, they're right up there with them as well.
Well, Trine's actually picked third, and Albion picked second in the conference. Hope has received the most first place votes. They're actually, and they're all neck and neck.
It's neck and neck.
Albion is right behind Hope, who was right in front of Trine. They're all right there, bottleneck together.
And that's usually the way the MIAA is. There's usually 2 or 3 teams. Rose-Hulman with the football. They're going to throw the quick hitch on the edge, and he's going to break the tackle into the first down territory. And it looks like he's going to have that one.
That might have been a push off by Hobbs. Let's see what the flag is. I don't know.
Offsides, they're going to say preliminary, and they're going to decline that one. It'll be first down for Rose-Hulman. Ball will rest at about the 23-yard line. Make it the 22. 17-3 is the score. 2:43. Rose-Hulman getting down, and they're going to need to run some little bit of clock here.
I don't know that they're worried about running clock.
No, but you understand what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying, but you understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
we're together here.
We're gonna score as fast as we can, but I'm looking at it from the aspect of you really don't want to give anybody the opportunity to come back on you.
No, you don't.
Quick fade over the top and touchdown, Rose-Hulman. Huge throw to Adam Tice-Salou for the score, and Rose-Hulman takes a commanding 23-3 lead here towards the end of the second quarter.
I didn't know if that had enough air. I thought it might be batted down or even intercepted by the corner there, but boy, it had just enough air. Tice-Salou was able to snatch it, come down in bounds for the score. Boy, Engineers, 23, maybe 24 at a moment. Big points here in this first half against Trine.
What a nice play. Here's the kick. It's up. No good. It's off to the left side. It's 23-3. Rose-Hulman with a 20-point lead here towards the end of the second quarter. We'll return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
If somebody's kind of on the fence of going into a recruiting office or just reaching out to a recruiter, I would absolutely encourage it, if anything, just for the information.
We have a lot of enlistment bonuses out there right now, upwards to about $20,000. If you're in college or you plan to be to college, this is a great choice for you, because our organization, we look for students who want to go to college. We also have educational benefits where we pay up to 100% of tuition.
23-3 off of that missed extra point, but at the same time, Rose-Hulman is on fire, moving the football, capitalizing on some Trine mistakes, and really pushing this game. It's a 3-score lead for Rose-Hulman. They have an opportunity really to do some more damage here. 2:30 left to go in the first half. If Trine turns it over quickly, Rose-Hulman could have another opportunity. They're really going to try to force this 3 and out. Kicking the ball, number 29, that's Connor Whitesell, the freshman from Dallas, Texas, and he pounds another one deep. This one doesn't
it died at the 1!
It died at the 1!
Oh, my God!
He kneeled on the ball!
Oh, no!
He kneeled on the football. They're going to say it's at the 1-yard line. First down.
Oh, that's a disaster for Trine.
Unbelievable. That ball had a backspin and sat right at the 1-yard line.
Oh, my gosh. If you're a punter, you love for the ball to check up like that. But when you're kicking off, it normally does not. Normally it bounds into the end zone. And the returners...
He's trying to say they fair caught the ball. That's what he's after. Wait a second.
When did he wave that off?
Oh, Rose-Hulman was offsides.
You're joking.
Offsides on the kickoff, and it's going to cost Rose-Hulman a huge opportunity. All of that opportunity, that was huge. So Rose-Hulman's offsides on the kickoff. That ball died at the 1.
Whoever was offsides owes Connor Whitesell lunch for the rest of the month. Are you kidding me?
They're not going to like that one.
No.
I wouldn't want to be on film session when they go through that one.
Lunch for the rest of September, Herb. I'm telling you.
Nobody's going to like to hear that one. That's not fun for anybody.
Nope. You know, that's a gift for Trine because you thought it was going to sail into the end zone, and it doesn't. It dies at the 1. You're down there. No, outside. Boy.
Wow. 2:28 left to go here in the first half. We're going to try this one again and see if he can boot it in the end zone.
Yeah, it's tough.
Pounds another deep one. This one down inside the 10, down to about the 6. He'll try to turn it out. Gets down the left side, and he'll be forced out of bounds at about the 36. And that's where Trine will take over.
This time we got, look past the 30 as Trine had a new returner back there, and looked like Jay Gladio from Oregon, Ohio. It was number 2. They got a few number 2s. Let's see, a couple number 2s there. So I'm guessing the wide receiver, not the defensive end.
Trine with the football. They're going to hand it off, and it goes in the backfield. Will they cause a timeout? We'll see.
You don't have that that quarterback run worry for Rose-Hulman. So if it looks like it's a handoff,
it probably is.
Yeah. So that's tough for Trine. You know, that's tough. Engineers peeling their ears back, and they're coming.
Kaler, the quarterback for Trine.
Here they come.
Set back to throw. Slant off
again.
The edge.
And that's a high tackle. It wasn't not an infraction. But you know, whenever you see those tackles that end up high like that, and not necessarily by design, but those are ones you have to worry about for getting extra penalties tacked on.
Kyran Pearson with the catch. It's 3rd down, 3rd and 7. They're going to throw the slant. Oh, I'm going to tell you what. That would have been a huge collision had the ball actually gotten through. Amako was sitting there as well, and that could have been a pick. It's 4th down, and that'll bring out the punting unit. There was 1:19 left to go in the first half.
Rodney Johnson waving at his coaches said, "No, send the punt team back." You can't. You can't do that at this point. At the 41-yard line, you're like, hey, you had 3 downs, didn't get the yardage necessary. As a player, you want another opportunity, but coaches say, no, we got to punt this thing.
A lot of players here on the right side for Rose-Hulman. They get through. He's got a chance to throw it or kick it, and rugby kicks that thing down there, and it's going to roll.
It's a great roll.
It's going to roll inside the 10, and Rose-Hulman will probably down this one touched at the 5. Looked like it was touched at the 5.
I think he avoided
They're going to mark it at the 1.
Yeah. Yep.
So Rose-Hulman will have the football, and this is a really dangerous spot because if you remember, Trine had a couple blitz packages on inside zone when Rose-Hulman ran it where they nailed the running back in the backfield. This is a tough thing. You've got to be able to hunker down and go. Don't be surprised if they go wildcat at this point and try to run it.
Let me ask you, in that situation right there, if you're a returner, obviously you don't want to get near the ball, but can you block the opposition when they're going to down it? Can you block them? Is that legal?
You can, but you can't blindside them either.
Right, but but you don't want to get close to the ball. I understand that, but I didn't know if that was legal.
Looking inside, and he's going to get nailed. See, that's the tough one right there.
Yeah.
You run inside zone in that situation, and you may not get any yards.
And he had to wait for the second effort.
And I'll tell you what, Trine did a nice job in closing up the gaps and forcing him. 43 seconds left to go, and the clock is winding down.
I'd like to see that wind down a little bit more. Use all the play clock here. Use all the play clock, boys.
Looking to run it again. They do, and he gets it up in there, and he got yardage. That's the big one right there.
Just try and call a timeout. Yeah.
There's no timeouts, and there's a lot of pushing and shoving going on down there. Some people actually losing their cool.
Yeah, they did call timeout.
They called timeout. Yeah. So with a timeout on the field, we'll come back with a little bit more here. It's 23-3, Rose-Hulman with the lead.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each Butterburger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
I'd go for. So Rose-Hulman has to snap the ball one more time to try to get to halftime. 25 seconds left to go, and in the first half, 23-3 is our score. Rose-Hulman with a lead over Trine. And again, last year it came down to one play to determine who's going to win this one, and it was a Rose-Hulman victory because of a 2-point conversion.
I would love to see just under center and take a knee.
Ruperta with the run up the middle. And see, that's what we're talking about. You get a little bit of that extra pushing and shoving in there. And some of these guys are losing their cool. They're having a really hot time tonight. A lot of chirping going on. 10 seconds, and it's going to run all the way down. And we're going to go to halftime with Rose-Hulman and a 20-point lead over a very good Trine Thunder team. And that will be halftime here from Terre Haute, Indiana. Again, our score, Rose-Hulman 23, Trine 3. We'll return for our halftime show here on Indiana Sports Network.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look both ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact, work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have, and that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost.
call or go to winrecovery.org.
You're watching the Indiana Sports Network. It's time for the halftime report on the Indiana Sports Network.
We want to thank our sponsors for this evening's broadcast, the Indiana Army National Guard, Culver's, who's joined us as a corporate sponsor here for Rose-Hulman's football games, Farm Bureau Insurance and Micah Bonomo, Great Dane, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, York Automotive, and transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive. They have 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. And when we look at this statistically, offensively for Trine, they've been virtually held out of this one. Not a lot of things have gone well for the Thunder, and part of that's due to how well Rose-Hulman's played defensively.
Yeah, the defensive line has been very solid, especially after that first possession or so. Getting some pressure, but also starting to bracket Alex Price when he, the latter couple drives in the game. Tyler Smith was doing a good job of staying in his face, and they did a better job on the quarterback run. You bring in Brett Kaler, and the offense became a little bit more predictable for Rose-Hulman to diagnose. I felt, not saying that Kaler is not someone that can lead this offense for Trine. That's definitely not what I'm saying, but the predictability is a little bit the factor. You don't have to worry about that quarterback run as much, and that's what Alex Price, the quarterback run, the slant. I don't know how many completions Price had, but I would say 80% of them were slants, and that might be a little bit low.
Right, he was 5 for 9. Price was 5 for 9.
I bet you 4 of them were slants.
And 1 interception. He had a 55% completion ratio and a 56 yards gained on this one. For Kaler, he was 3 for 12, 25% completion percentage, and only 26 yards. So, again, more production probably from Price than Kaler in the first half. Receiving-wise, Lawson with a catch for 24 yards. Klein had 3 of those slants we talked about, or short routes. He had 20 yards. Pearson with 14, Arthur with 12, and Johnson with 12. Rushing-wise, not much better for the Trine Thunder. Kirby had 9 carries for 20 yards net, and Price with 4 carries for 17 yards. You take that away, that's not very many yards total in what's going on. You're just not doing the job that they're going to need to do to be in the ball game that way. For Rose-Hulman, their idea of what they've been doing, and let me say, my computer just went dead. But as we're looking statistically, Rose-Hulman was able to move the football very effectively in what they needed, and I'm telling you, they really went after it and did a great job here on this one. And Wi-Fi has been shut down here for a couple minutes. So
when you look at Rose-Hulman defensively, you were mentioning that, especially against the run. I would imagine there was a lot of conversation after last week about stopping the run. DePaul ran all over Rose-Hulman to the tune of about 250 yards. You never want to give up 5 yards a pop. You also don't want to give up 250 yards to a team on the ground. And so 50 carries or so for 250 yards. That was not all. So DePaul really ran against really well against Engineers. So I know the Engineers really talked about that this week, as far as you have a great a running back in Kirby, someone who can definitely get it done. You have a quarterback that can run. You got to be able to stop that run, try and beat you through the air, and then I guess take your chances from there. But if you just let them run, you're in trouble.
And I'll tell you what, defensively, I guess the big difference has probably been the defense of Rose-Hulman. They forced Trine into bad situations, and Trine hasn't helped themselves very much either. Couple penalties we saw in one of those drives just killed the drive. You take a 5-yard penalty on 3rd and 10 or 2nd and 10, and you back that up, and it just makes it very difficult to complete what you really need to do to move the football and gain some momentum. 23-3 is our score. Again, Rose-Hulman with the lead here at halftime. We started just a little bit late due to the major thunderstorm, but it's a beautiful night here for football here in Terre Haute, Indiana, and we're looking for more. We'll pause it for a moment here on our halftime show, sponsored by Indiana Army National Guard, and we'll come back with more here on Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service, dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
4 years ago, I drove my daughter to Riddell National Bank, where she opened her savings account. Today, she's still saving money. My relationship with Riddell is better than ever, too. No other bank focuses on relationships as much as they do. I can count on them for small business loans when I need them. Riddell National Bank helps small business owners and their families grow, both financially and personally. Riddell National Bank, making friends since 1885.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
And welcome back to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. Again, a halftime score, Rose-Hulman 23 and Trine with 3 points on the board. Let's take a look at some of the Rose-Hulman statistics. Grant Paferta with 14 carries of 50 yards. And that's a pretty good first half, if on board for a potential 100-yard night. But again, with a score like this, with Rose-Hulman pulling away, you may see some of those other guys. Daniel Urey had 1 carry for 6 yards. Lance Shelton, 2 carries for 2 yards. Rick Easterwood carried the football, lost a yard on one of the plays. Receiving-wise for Rose-Hulman, Adam Taisalou with 6 targets. He caught 5 balls for 79 yards and a touchdown. His long was 26 yards. Daniel Urey, 5 catches for 44 yards. Jalen Hobbs, 2 catches for 21, and Alex Gresscock had a catch, a 30-yard catch right up the middle off of the fake screen. The beautiful play and got him down into scoring position where they ultimately ran it in. Punt returns, Hobbs, 1 for 8 yards. Here's the issue. That was the most exciting play maybe of the entire ball game. He made about 4 guys miss on that one. Kick returns, Urey 1 for 17 yards and Hobbs 1 for 12. Tackles, leading tacklers for Rose-Hulman. Cameron Dorsey with 4 tackles and on the day. Devin Cobb with 4. And Shaiku So with 3 tackles. Kaiser Bowen with 3 tackles. Looking at leading tackler for Trine, Jamin Gibson with 5 total, Jalen Page with 4, and Keyshawn Amison with 4. Again, Rose-Hulman with a 23-3 lead, and we honestly thought this one would go neck and neck, and it may still. But Rose-Hulman really dominated that first half offensively.
They did, and that's what I know that they wanted to be able to move the ball offensively, and Rose-Hulman loves that tempo game. They love to kind of wear you down defensively because of the speed that they run their plays with, and when you're moving the ball, side to side at those first couple of drives especially, they would go far side, near side, far side, far side. I mean, you have to guard the entire width of the field, and that makes it tough. You sprinkle in Rapierda going up the middle, trying to hit some holes, while you're also trying to stop this great receiving trio of Huey Hobbs and Ty Salou. Man, that's a lot to cover. And then Gresshock is a very serviceable tight end who blocks so well. Doesn't get a whole lot of catches, but man, he blocks well and does his job. But man, you sprinkle him in there every once in a while. You have a lot of weapons to work with for Engineers, and it's tough to cover all of that.
On a defense that is not as good as Trine's, you would see Rose-Hulman running the football a little bit more. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, you put in Rick Easterwood in today as the quarterback and install him, and I'm telling you, he was on.
Yeah, he was.
Just consistent play, 13 of 19, a 68% completion ratio, 174 yards, 1 TD, no interceptions. He hasn't been sacked. That's a really good first half against a good Trine Thunder football team.
Yeah, we're not calling any names, but there's going to be a couple of really lopsided. Looking at this Rose-Hulman offense, with knock on wood, you hit good health. Get some guys healthy and get your starting quarterback healthy. I don't know what the injury is there to Robertson, but you get some guys healthy and then keep them stay healthy. This team is gonna roll a few opponents, and you really don't want to see that, but it's going to happen.
Well, and I don't be surprised if Trine's got several ball clubs that they're going to do the same thing, and they're just not able to move the football right now on Rose-Hulman. They got to find something a little bit different to do and see if they can gash, either rushing the football, which is their forte, or the play action passes with the tight play action and the RPO type situation that they're trying to run, and see if they can move the football as well. Again, the speed issue for Rose-Hulman has really been to their advantage. I think they have more team speed right now, at least it appears that way, than what Trine would have. But Trine is an excellent football team. We're looking for a great battle here in the third quarter, see if something can change. And as we inaugurate the scoreboard that's been shown, and we'll see if we can get another picture of that scoreboard for you here in a little bit, but a huge addition to this stadium here at Rose-Hulman is that huge visual scoreboard that we have up, and I'm telling you, it is gorgeous, folks. It lights up the end of the stadium, and Rose-Hulman will be able to use that in their recruiting and different things that way. It just makes this place seem almost professional at a certain point. I know the Colts used to do their training camp here, but it is just a tremendous place and a great addition to Rose-Hulman. It is halftime. A couple minutes left to go here before we get underway in the second half. We'll take another break. 23-3, Rose-Hulman with the lead over the Trine Thunder. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1.
You are.
You're #1 at York.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has the mission of leading every coach and every athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and His church. Through camps and huddles, character coaches, and special events, we are making an impact in West Central Indiana. Check out where you can get involved at our website, wcindianafca.org. FCA, we are the heart and soul in sports.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Rose-Hulman entering the stadium again after halftime and a commanding 23-3 lead. And when I say commanding, that's because of the way the game has been played. Rose-Hulman's really been able to stymie the offense for the Trine Thunder, and we didn't think that was necessarily going to happen. And at the same time, we thought we'd be into a nip and tuck ball game at this point. It's not there, but it easily could have been there had Rose-Hulman capitalized on one big play. And maybe the biggest play held with just a few minutes left to go in the first half when Rose-Hulman kicked the ball off.
Oh my gosh!
And it stopped at the 1, like dead stopped on a kickoff.
I mean, I don't know that I've seen too many kickoffs from the tee, not punt, where you're going to get that backspin potentially. When you're kicking off from the tee and it checks up at the 1 yard line, I don't know that I've ever seen that before, honestly.
Well, and an offside call, which he was offsides. Mm-hmm. If you have an offside call on the kickoff, that one just stopped, and Rose-Hulman could have easily been able to take an additional opportunity to either move the football or end up with some type of safety, and they had timeouts left. It could have been really difficult for Trine to get out of that one. Yep. But as it is, Trine was able not to have that happen, and within the opportunity, Rose-Hulman was not able to get a chance to score again. And matter of fact, Trine pinned Rose-Hulman back at the 1 at the other end. So talk about a field change in position. It really allowed Rose-Hulman to not have that chance to score, and Trine again was able to hold off.
Well, while we have a moment, let me ask you a question. Last night in your football game that you had as coach of Fountain Central, it was a great win against Covington. Anyway, my question, the serious part, because the game is just whatever, but the serious part is halftime. You got 15 minutes. Were you guys starting play after 15 minutes, or did they put 3 more minutes on the clock to let you warm up?
Well, actually, they put 5 more minutes on.
Gosh,
because we announced every junior kid in the entire program. It was the best night of the night. All those kids had lined up and do those kinds of things, and I kind of liked it. But yeah, you're supposed to put the 3 minutes on the clock.
For what?
Because that's the way they designed it.
I mean, why have halftime 15 minutes? Why not be 18 minutes then?
Because they have to be back out. You're supposed to give your players 3 minutes to warm up. And listen.
No, wait. That's why I thought you were going to say, look, how much time is on the clock right now?
1:54.
These players have been out here for over a minute.
No.
How come college can do it and high school can't? I know it means nothing, Herb. I'm just saying, for some reason, these guys get it done.
I know.
But no high schools figure out when to get back on the doggone field.
Well, there's a rule. And the rule is by the National Federation. So
what's the rule, Herb?
And the guy in my ear is saying that high school coaches can't tell time. And I'm old enough. They have, Methuselah's out there with me, and we're trying to figure out how to get up and down the field. You have to get my walker out just to get out to the playing field. Man. The sundial doesn't work. Thanks, Tony. So again, everybody loves me here so much in what's going on. Thank you, gentlemen. You make my day fun. Actually, you do.
I'm just glad.
I enjoy coming here broadcasting ball games at Rose-Hulman because most of the people here are super intelligent and they help me out with everything going on. And
I'm just glad we're going to get to start on time. That's all I'm saying. Oh, man.
Well,
you high school coaches, man.
You look at everything that's gone on here for us at Rose-Hulman. We have an excellent facility. The players are well coached and groomed. And when I say that, they're ready to play the game of football. And, everything from the SID to the athletic director, all the things that happen in a Division III sports program.
Right.
That's what you get. And you get people that really care about the institution.
Yes.
That's why you get donations like the screen that we get to see in this one, and if we can get another picture of that screen in what's going on, and I mean it is awesome.
It is.
It's state of the art. It looks like something at a Division I school. Indiana State doesn't have anything on this. It's not even close.
Not even close. Can you imagine being a recruit from wherever you're from? They bring you to the field. Man, it's a great turf field, and then you look over there and you see a picture of your face on that massive screen, third largest screen, video screen in Division III in the United States of America, and you're, how do you turn that down? The great engineering school like this, going to get a fantastic degree, good football program, and a great picture of yourself on the Jumbotron, I'm going to call it, when you come in for your recruiting visit.
It is a jump.
It's a good sell.
We'll call it the Jumbotron from now on.
That's what I'm going
Connor Whitesell is going to boot this when he does. Kicks another deep one inside the 10. Nice high route for Rose-Hulman on that kickoff, and he'll go out of bounds at about the 36-37. Again, Trine with another excellent return.
And, I think Trine is glad to have the football first. Of course, they are to start the second half. You want to try to get back into this game, and Alex Price going to come back to start this half. I look for you sprinkle in that quarterback run possibility along with pitching that ball around. You got some targets to work with. I know Rose-Hulman started to figure things out a little bit. Let's see how they do this time with Price to start this third quarter.
I'm calling it double deuce formation, two inside.
Yeah, they read it so well.
He hit him too quick.
Read it a little bit too well there.
Just a little bit too quick, and Tice Miller, the senior from Bargersville, Indiana, will end up, it is Bargersville, Indiana. Yep. I'm thinking, wow. They'll get the flag.
I thought that was I'm sorry, go ahead.
By the way, I'm just going to let you know, you saw two flags, and one of them coming in really late. If you saw it, you're supposed to flag it, and you're supposed to throw the flag. And it's really weird having worked with some of these guys in college football, and then they'll say, well, yeah, I saw it, so I threw my flag. And then they actually keep record of those. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not.
Interesting way to do it. 3 receivers in a closed trip formation here to the bottom of your screen. Means you got a tight end on the top of the screen. There it is, the wraparound read, and he picks up 9 yards. And that's what you're talking about. Like, they're going to give him the 10-yard mark, and they'll say a first down.
And that's your best chance, recipe for success there. Tyler Smith coming in from the backside to finally bring down Price. Price gives you something that you have to worry about. If you're a defensive coordinator, you're looking at run-pass option with that quarterback. Boy, okay.
Well, they're taking the running back away and allow the quarterback to remove it all the way up down the field. Now there's a huge hole. Again, closed trips formation, tight end to the top, and 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. They're going to run the same basic play. They're going to give it. Can he chase him down? And he does. That's a really nice play defensively before Rose-Hulman and number 11, and that's Riley Roberts. Again, the senior defensive back from Greenwood, Indiana, with another good play.
Roberts, an excellent job that time, pursued and got home and made the tackle. That's one of those. You don't want to let Kirby get to the edge there. You miss him, he gets a little bit of room, and one block away from breaking off a big one.
And they played that differently. The end pinched on the quarterback, forcing the actual give, and then Roberts was there to track him down off the edge. Again, closed trips formation. This time they'll go the other way. He goes to roll out, throws it up, and could be picked in it. It is an interception for Rose-Hulman.
Amankwa second again. Today. That ball floated, and that's why, that's the downside there. You have the good with the possibility of the run, but sometimes that ball floats, and Price, the early part of the season, he's having some issues with turnovers, keeping that ball for his team. Already the 4th turnover this season after 4 all of last season.
And the bell was rung, and that's the turnover bell, and you could hear it from up here. I don't know if you could hear it on, folks, if you could hear that one at home, but Amankwa got to ring the bell. 3 receivers now for Rose-Hulman here at the bottom, moving across. They're going to hand the football off on the left side. He's going to turn the corner and pick up a yard or 2.
I didn't think he was going to get anything.
It was a really nice play for it didn't look like very much at all.
No. I thought Trine was going to get him right at the line of scrimmage, but good for Rose. He got just enough push to get a couple yards out of that.
Grant Ruperta on the carry. They're going to go quick snap, throw the quick hit. Just missed him on that when he dropped the football, and I don't know if he had a good enough chance to actually catch it.
Well, he had his hands under it, but I think when he hit the ground right before the ball got there, body jolts. Boy, you catch that. You have a completion there. You have 3rd and 4 as opposed to 3rd and 8. It's a big difference.
Rolling to the side, pressure off the edge. Nice. Oh, he dropped that one again.
Yeah, he wouldn't have had the first down anyway.
So Rose-Hulman will be forced to punt here. Ball rests at the 43-yard line, and third, now 4th and 8.
And that's what happens when you get behind the down the distance. You don't stay on schedule. You have 3rd and 8 as opposed to 3rd and 4. You go with that out-breaking route. Pressure comes from the backside. Have to get rid of it really quickly, and you have a little bit of an errant throw. It just makes everything a little bit harder if you don't get that second down completion.
Toller back to punt. Tough snap. He just caught it. Picks that one up. Nice punt. And he'll pick it up at about the 23 and gets it out almost to the 30-yard line, where it'll be Trine football when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student. The all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
Again, that power read, and the quarterback takes that football right up the middle, and he'll pick up about 5 yards on the play.
Good blocking once again by the offensive line as they've opened up a few holes this early stage of the second half.
Some people call it power read or power flow is what they're trying to use. A lot of times they'll pull the backside guard on it. That time they based it up front, and quarterback was able to read off the backside and pick up 5 yards. 2 receivers in at slots, 2 H-backs is what they actually are. 4-man front for Rose-Hulman as they prepare for this snap. Do it again. They're going to clear it out. A nice out block insert play for Trine, and they hammered it right up the middle for a 9-yard gain.
Great gain right there for Kirby. He was able to hit that hole. Great blocking up front once again when you look at the offensive linemen for Trine.
All the linemen blocked out. Those H-backs, 2 of them, inserted right into the A-gap, right up the middle, blocked both the linebackers and picked up some big yardage.
Same look.
And they're going to fake it, and they went for the bomb, and he held him up, and they're going to call the flag. They do.
That's too bad. That's really too bad because you could see that play coming a mile away. You know, with that little hitch. Oh boy.
It'll be a 15-yard penalty from the snap and from the line of scrimmage. So with that, again, first down for Trine, and they'll have an opportunity to move the chains. We want to thank our sponsors, Indiana Army National Guard, Culver's, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Micah Bonomo, Great Dane, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive. Transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive with 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. With that 15-yard mark off, we're seeing Trine into Rose-Hulman territory for the first time here in the second half. Ball at the 41-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Thunder.
The referee marked it off and went past the spot and had to come back. Oops.
They don't have the automatic mark off here. You know, it's really bad. The old days when they had certain penalties, they mark it forward, then mark it backward, and doing all this stuff instead of canceling them out. It used to drive me crazy.
Yep, I can't stand that.
Movement off sides.
You had 2 receivers on the near side. Both of them moved.
And most coaches will say, hey, man, just look at the football.
Yeah,
it's not tough. You're so far away, you can't hear it. Interesting. Second down now and 15 as they mark that one off, and they'll try it one more time.
Well, let's see what Trine does here. Making it a little harder for themselves with that penalty.
They're not in that H-back mode anymore. They've got one wing, but he's not in the movement where he can cross the formation. They're going to run it off tackle. That was a really nice buck sweep kind of thing.
Play.
Great play defensively for Rose-Hulman. 56 on the tackle, and they're getting a little chippy out here now.
Yeah, there's got to be an extension from the second quarter. The end of the second quarter started to get that, as you kind of noted that. Now big third down to 14. Rose-Hulman to stay away from the penalties.
Well, I'm telling you what, Peter Cross has done a great job in flowing down the line and making plays. The number 56 for Rose-Hulman, and the big fella from Bowling Green, Kentucky, the senior, with that stop and another good play for the Rose-Hulman defensive line.
Pressure coming, Herb? Or are we backing off?
I think we'll back off on this one, 2nd and 15.
Oh.
Brought a little bit. They brought it. There. Got him in the backfield for about an 11-yard loss.
You never know. Is it going to come, or are they backing off? That time they came and got home in an injured engineer, it looks like.
And we have an injured engineer. We'll talk about that when we return as we take an injury timeout. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Opponents were. And coming off under his own power, and it looks like a possible wrist or an arm injury, and let's hope there's nothing too serious on that one, but it does not look good for defensive lineman Tyler Smith, the senior from Spring, Texas, as he comes off clutching that one. He'll go over to the tent where they will treat him so nobody can really see what's going on. And that's one of the differences we've seen in college football in the last 2 years. Trine with the football. It's 3rd and forever. When we say that, it's 25. That's interesting. You can actually read that one there. So they marked it off, 3rd and 25. And Rose-Hulman with a 4-2-5 defensive front, and they brought the house. Wanted to make sure they get it, and they're going to force a quick throw to try to corral that one, and the throw goes errant off of one of the receivers' hands, in this case Johnson. Wasn't able to haul that one in, and out comes the punt team for the Thunder.
People are like, well, why do you bring pressure? Why don't you just sit back? Well, you don't want to give the quarterback time to throw, let the play develop, make it come out of his hands quickly. It's going to be a shorter route. You bring your DBs down to make the play, the safety down to make the plays necessary, but also you got an errant pass there when you bring that little pressure.
Rose-Hulman doesn't want to be offsides, and they're really close right now.
Yes, they are.
Comes off the edge, and he gets the punt away. Another rugby-style punt.
Whoa.
Brings it down, almost touched somebody. It'll go inside the 20, and we'll return for more action here on Indiana Sports Network.
If somebody's kind of on the fence of going into a recruiting office or just reaching out to a recruiter, I would absolutely encourage it, if anything, just for the information.
We have a lot of enlistment bonuses out there right now, upwards to about $20,000. If you're in college or you plan to be to college, this is a great choice for you, because our organization, we look for students who want to go to college. We also have educational benefits where we pay up to 100% of tuition.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network.
Jet sweep off to the right side, and that's a really nice play by Daniel Urey, moving the football all the way up. He'll pick up 7 yards on that play, make it 8. A really nice run off the edge, gets it to the short side of the field, turns the corner, allows to really push his blocker forward, and picks up yardage that Rose-Hulman would need. It's 2nd and 2.
Shelton in there behind.
Shelton will take that one. Can't really find him inside, and he'll pick up a yardage out to the 9. That'll be a first down for Rose-Hulman. They'll move the chains.
Yeah, Shelton 5'4". Hard to see him sometimes.
And I know he is not the shortest one. I've seen a shorter running back in Division III. I saw him in person last week. 4'11". They list him at 5'1". I don't even think he's 4'11". You never know. That young man can move the football, though. I'm telling you right now.
Love to see Shelton pop one here.
Yep. 5'4" senior from Kansas City, Missouri. And he can play, folks.
Yes, he can.
Motion across. They're going to run the scoop with him, get it to the edge, and he turns that one up. And, I mean, it is a big collision.
Yep.
He'll pick up a yard on the play. They'll give him possibly 2. They do. They give him 2 yards on it. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Angel Sanchez came and lowered the boom on him, but, you know, just at a rough time when you're playing behind Shane Welshins and then Grant Rapierda. It's hard to get on the field. There's some serious talent right in front of you for his career here.
Rose-Hulman has players from 24 different states on the roster, so one of the most diverse rosters in Division III football. They recruit all over the country. Potentially move it inside, and he goes nowhere. That one he's going to lose 2 yards.
Wow.
And again, the inside zone play at certain points works great, but Trine is very good at stopping the run on the inside. Really, Rose-Hulman has not been able to pierce that group where they've gotten their yardage as short passes, action pass, RPOs over the top, and then when they got in their quick things and couple screens, couple fake screens, and hit the big play, then that momentum allowed them to put the ball in the end zone several times. Looking inside, play action. There's a play action. He gets hammered in the backfield. He's got to hold on to the football. He does. Yeah. He's going to lose 4 or 5. They're going to say 5 yards on that sack, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the punting unit is trotting onto the field for Rose-Hulman.
Another injury.
And an injury on this one. And that does not look good for Rose-Hulman. We'll pause for another injury timeout. We'll be back with more here on Indiana Sports Network.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National.
Easterwood is the injured player, the quarterback, and that's not a good sign for Rose-Hulman as they carried him off the field. And he's favoring his right leg, and hopefully it's nothing serious and he can really get back in after this one. But for Rose-Hulman, you're going to see another quarterback in. Back to punt now is Andrew Toller, who's had a tremendous job punting the football for Rose-Hulman today as he's been able to just pound the ball. 47-yard average. Nice snap, good punt, gets another one, and it's a fair caught ball back to the 36-yard line, and that's where we'll come back with Trine in possession of the football.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look both ways for cars.
No cars. All right. Let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Trine with the football. Play action fake and a sack. Big play off the edge. 34 on the sack for Rose-Hulman, and that's Peyton Gruniewicz, senior from West Chicago, Illinois.
You know, that's a big sack right there as on the first down. Trying to get their drive started, and you're behind the down and distance right off the bat with a big sack right there.
So 2nd and 16 as the 6-yard loss places Trine behind the sticks. H back. Oh, boy. Pulled it right in there. A nice seam for the running back as he's going to get over the 50-yard line and right down the sideline. Really nice run for number 41, and that's Dominic Crowder, the sophomore running back from Bristol, Indiana.
What a bruiser.
And Trine with a first down.
Crowder listed at 5'11", 225.
I like those big backs.
Me too.
On the outside now, 3 receivers in an open trip set.
That was a big play for Trine there.
They're going to give him the ball. Nope, the quarterback kept it again. That's a really nice read. He read the pinching defensive end and said, let's go. It's inside zone time. And again, the offense moves very well for Trine when they have an opportunity for Price to carry the football.
Yep. Gets good yardage, another first down, back-to-back first downs here. First round on back-to-back plays, I should say. So
Alex Price with another good carry. And for Price, 43 yards rushing, 26 yards net on it when you take away the sacks. Looking inside, they hand it all off up the middle.
Boy.
And I'll tell you what, they found the way to do it because what it is, it's a step back. It looks like it's going left, and he literally puts his foot in the ground and picks up going to the right. So the back looks like he's crossing the quarterback, but instead he puts his foot in the ground when he put the ball in his hands and takes off the other direction. So you're not able to read the cross flow. Motion again. Price waiting to get the snap.
Still plenty of time on the play clock, down to 6.
Hands the ball, looks for somebody, had an open man, throws it in the end zone, and did he catch it?
Out of bounds. It went out of bounds.
They say he went
it was a good opportunity.
Really
and
was.
The ball was incomplete, but I think it would have come down out of bounds. It was a good coverage over there by Rose-Hulman. Tice Miller was in coverage and really kind of forced the receiver to the boundary.
So Trine with the football, 3rd and 2. 2 runs will pick up probably a first down and give a new fresh set of downs. That's probably what they're looking at. Play action, nope, right up the middle. Oh, wow, putting your head down and running over people.
That was Cole Alexander. That was Cole Alexander snuck in on. There's a 6'1" sophomore from LaPel. He snuck in there on this, and it's the 3rd quarterback that we've seen tonight from Trine.
Nice run out there. 3rd quarterback, and he's got some wheels too. You can tell him he's able to run the football. Alexander looking. They're going to run it off the left side. They're just going to power it in, and he's just going as hard as he can, holding the ball in the back.
Might be a hold.
More than likely it is a hold.
That would be big for the Engineers to march them back and kind of stop the flow a little bit.
Well, and also force a different style of offense.
It might not. It honestly might not. You're going to repeat for first down. It may make it a little tougher, but I wouldn't be surprised if they stay with the same package. The big boy, Crowder, I just saw him go off the field.
Oh, they're going to call a chop block against Rose-Hulman. So here's the rules on this. You cannot cut a lead blocker.
Okay.
Now, in the old days, you could, but they've changed the rules both in college and in high school. High school changed it before the college rule, but it came into effect this year, where in college football, a lead blocker cannot be cut to stop the power flow of what's going on, and that definitely was a power flow. You had everybody going that way. It was a sweep off the edge, and it'll be an automatic first down. The ball will rest inside the 5-yard line down to the 4. It'll be 1st and goal from the 4 for the Trine Thunder.
And boy, if Trine puts it in the end zone, you're looking at a 2-score game.
Then you got a ball game.
Different. Yep. Kirby back in there.
Kirby again. Looking inside, power read. He's going to pound it up in there, and did he get in? He did. Touchdown for the Trine Thunder. They're able to close the gap here a little bit and see what's going on. And they may have found the way to move the football. It just may be a little bit too late, depending on what Rose-Hulman does with this one. A 3-and-out could really make this interesting.
Well, you got a new quarterback coming in for Rose-Hulman, so we'll have to see what's going on here. It's going to be interesting.
It sure is. 97 is the kicker for Trine. That's Anthony Hens, the sophomore from Greenfield, Indiana. And it's good, but we have a penalty flag. We're going to see what this is.
If it's against Rose, do you go for 2?
I don't think you're going to take the points off the board. You tack it on. Declined. It's good.
Okay.
So, again, the score now 23-10, a 13-point lead for Rose-Hulman when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact, work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have, and that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Braden Moore, the punter for Trine, will tee it up, and he'll try to pound this one deep. Did you also notice that there are a lot of punters that do kickoff instead of place kickers anymore? And that's just a lot of training goes into the kickers now, the kickers and punters. So Trine will have a chance to really get back in this ball game if they can stymie Rose-Hulman's next series. Deep kick, he'll get it down to the 5.
Got time for a return.
Picking it up, Hobbs with that one. He'll get up to the 25-yard line, and that'll be the end of that one. And with that, we'll take a break in
penalty.
Up.
34-yard line.
And with that, we'll take a short break and be right back. Rose-Hulman with the football.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
A blocking below the waist call on Rose-Hulman's return puts the ball back at the 13-yard line, and that's where...
That's not what you need right now.
No, you really don't. And one of the guys I was talking to asked, hey, what's going on? Why does everybody fair catch those? And that's because of what's going on. A junior quarterback from Adrian, Michigan, and that's Dylan Settles is into the ball game. He'll hand the ball off to Ruperta up the middle, and he'll pick up maybe a yard or 2. They'll give him 2 up to the 15-yard line.
This thing is getting interesting.
Yep. This is going to be an interesting play. These could be the most important 2 plays of the ball game for Rose-Hulman. They need to move the football here and to keep Trine from having any kind of momentum built in this ball game.
What kind of package do you have for Settles? And that's going to be the interesting thing. How much of the play sheet is available to him? So you just don't know. Third string on the depth chart, you just don't know.
But he's been here for a couple of years,
yes,
so he ought to be able to know most everything that's going on and feel pretty comfortable with what's happening.
Knowing and doing 2 different. This is no disrespect.
Slant, got it.
That's a big reception.
Nice reception. He'll get it over the 20-yard line, and it'll make it a 3rd and short. And when I say short, about 3 yards to go.
That's what you want. You didn't want 3rd and 9. If you get that 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, now you're talking. Look, you need to get this first down to kind of move the chains, kind of get the nerves out of Settles a little bit, maybe even the nerves out of Sokol.
Right now, everybody's going to get, this was a tough game last year, and it's looking to be kind of grinding in. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the 3rd period.
Game's going to start in about 2 minutes.
We'll see what's going to happen here. Looking inside, does he get the first down?
Yes, sir.
I think he's close. They're going to say he did.
Yeah.
They
Big
marked that
surge.
one as a first down. The clock's not running, and they move
There
the
we go.
chains. First
That's
down, Rose-Hulman.
That's one of the biggest first downs of the night right there, Herb. But to move these chains, just kind of take a breath. You can breathe now. Like, okay, we can do this. We can move this ball. So,
and the slowdown has happened. And when I say that, instead of going up and trying to run everything as fast as you can, now the slowdown occurs. Everybody's waiting on the next play. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's not. 2-by-2 set. They're going to run to the jet sweep over to the short side of the field, and they've got him hemmed in, and he's going to lose 2 yards.
Couldn't make that block right there.
And you're looking at it on the outside. It's Spraden couldn't. The sophomore offensive lineman from Bainbridge, Ohio, couldn't make that block on the scoop.
Yeah, Jacob Yoder was just a little bit too tough right there. And
makes it tough.
Yep. Second long.
Second long. The other thing it did is it stopped the clock. No, it didn't stop it on this. And a minute left to go here in the third period.
Mm-hmm.
3 receivers, top of the screen. They're going to move the H back over. They're going to try to run it inside, and there's the inside zone stuff, and it just got hammered.
Wow.
So, a third and extremely long for Rose-Hulman at 14 to go.
I think that was Kendall Himes. I believe that was who that was that made that tackle. 6'3", 265-pound junior from Plymouth. And you have to snap the ball at this end of the third quarter. That's too bad. Would love to get that free timeout going into this 3rd and 14.
Snap, and here comes the blitz. He got him off the edge. He throws it up. It could have been picked.
Wow.
Almost got away. He got away with one there. Yep. That could have been a pick 6, and it could have been a real interesting ball game from then on, folks, because the corner was there. It went over his head and barely incomplete. Whew, that was a tough one. Toller in to punt it away. 5 seconds left to go in the quarter, and Trine will have possession of the football.
You need one of those punts now, don't you?
You really do. He needs another 60 or 70 yarder where it pops over his head and he can't catch it. And they're coming. And here they come. He gets it off. It's a wobbler, but it's going to roll. It rolls down to and inside the 40-yard line where Trine will have possession when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools.
We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
4 years ago, I drove my daughter to Riddell National Bank, where she opened her savings account. Today, she's still saving money. My relationship with Riddell is better than ever, too. No other bank focuses on relationships as much as they do. I can count on them for small business loans when I need them. Riddell National Bank helps small business owners and their families grow, both financially and personally. Riddell National Bank, making friends since 1885.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
All right, here comes the time. Do you push and shove? And they're going to bring in
Price
back at quarterback. Alexander ran it down their throat inside the 20, and that may be what they do. They hammer it back up the middle, and he's loose off the edge. That's a potential.
It was close.
Close face mask, wasn't it? That's what I was looking at.
When you get high like that, you're just one slip of the hand away from extra yards. You know, not intentional, but you're always close like that. But boy, you had to make that tackle on Kirby right there. He was trying to slip through there.
I'm also surprised they didn't go on a play action on first down there. 2nd down and 10. Price steadies, takes the snap, A read. There it goes again. He had a great read on what's going on. He got the end to commit on off the edge, and Kirby was being tracked down by the end, which allows a huge hole off tackle. He picked up 6.
And there was another high tackle. Joshua Virgil, 6'2", 360-pound right tackle from Florida, had to go out because his helmet came off. So we'll see how that affects things, or if it does. But big boy has just come back in the game, Crowder, for this third down.
And bubble snap. And they potentially tore it away from him. Wow. Close. They put Alexander in, brought Kirby in to run the ball off tackle, and they got nothing.
Boy, that was a big miscue there. You bobbled the snap. It looked like it was a good snap. Did it look like a good snap to you? Okay,
yeah, he
so
just
the bobble.
Just missed it, bobbled the snap, and that half a second allowed the rest of the Rose-Hulman defense to swarm in and take it away.
This is interesting. You're getting on the same set of downs. You're getting two different quarterbacks. Sometimes that makes it a little difficult.
Well, and 2 different running backs. We're potentially offsides on this play, too. We're going to see. Nope, they didn't throw the flag and almost blocked the punt. It's down inside the 20-yard line. It'll roll dead. Rose-Hulman will take possession when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1. You are. You're #1 at York.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Huge series for Rose-Hulman. We'll see if they can move the football and get themselves away from what's going on. Ruperto off the right side. He's going to get stymied away and knocked down with no gain. Again, quarterback in the ball game. Dylan Settles, a junior from Adrian, Michigan, is now at the helm for Rose-Hulman.
You know, I would love to see that little Wildcat that we saw earlier, and I know the situation just might, we just might warrant that. Give another blocker, what you just might need at this point. You got your big package out there anyway.
Big guys are in. Ruperto off the right side. He'll pick up some yardage.
It's a big tackle there as Ruperto was rumbling through there. But they know you're going to run the ball.
They've got to run it.
Yeah, so, you got your big package out there, a little bit extra beef. You put Ruperto back there taking that snap. Give you one extra blocker. Big third down here.
And they continue to run the clock.
Yeah,
and I guess that's the best thing right now. You have a lead. It's a 2-score lead.
Mm-hmm.
But really it's only 1 as the extra point comes into this one as well. It's 13-point lead for Rose-Hulman at 23-10. They're going to hand it off. Inside he's going nowhere.
Got no chance on that third down right there. They just pinned their heels back. They knew they were going to run the ball. Boy. It's a tough situation right here. You just don't know the extent of the injury. For Easterwood, played a magnificent game after those first 2.5 quarters before he got injured. Really looked good. Made some really nice passes, and I just don't you just don't know the injury situation to him. You don't know the injury situation to Tyler Smith. He came off one of the defensive stalwarts. Boy, just a tough one for the injury front for the Engineers here.
10:44 when the ball was snapped. Almost blocked again. Another
low one.
Deep punt, but it's a returnable. And inside, they'll get it up to the 44, and that's where Trine will have it when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
If somebody's kind of on the fence of going into a recruiting office or just reaching out to a recruiter, I would absolutely encourage it, if anything, just for the information.
We have a lot of enlistment bonuses out there right now, upwards to about $20,000. If you're in college or you plan to be to college, this is a great choice for you, because our organization, we look for students who want to go to college. We also have educational benefits where we pay up to 100% of tuition.
Trine with the football. 45-yard line, they trail by 13. They're going to hand it up the middle. Nope, they got the slant, and he hit him. Nice throw, a really good catch by number 10, Pearson. The wide receiver, a senior from Elkhart, and that's Kyran Pearson.
That's a great grab, but that thing was in the dirt. He had to go low, get low, and go low to get that ball before it hit the ground.
2nd and 1. They say he's short of the first down. Don't be surprised if they take the shot on this one. That's 2nd and 1 and ball to 46. Again,
here it is.
Setting himself. Price with the bomb, and there it is. He's got him down there.
Oh, boy.
Stopped it.
Oh, he had it just a hair behind him, and he had the ball. That was Connor Arthur. He went out of the game earlier, a little bit of a dinged-up injury, came back in. Ball, just if we'd have let him just a little bit more, that was 6. Bobbled, and then the defender came in and swiped that thing away.
I don't think they need to lead him anymore. He just bobbled the ball, and when he bobbled it, there was enough contact to knock it away from him. That was a really nice ball. Stuck it right in there. 3rd and 1. Everybody coming, everybody going. There's a quarterback in. Wow. I don't know if he got it. He's short.
It's close.
It'll be 4th and 1. They're going to have to go for this one. 9:45 left to go here in the ball game, and Trine's down to a point where they have to go for this one.
I felt that was a little bit slow developing there, Herb, as the decision there is coming. And now you're going to bring in Price back. That was Alexander. That was in there now. Price.
Yeah, sorry.
It just 3 and 8 look very similar from our angle.
They do.
So
and here comes Price. 4th and 1, play of the game right now for him. He sneaks up, he takes it, he's going to go forward, they're going to give him the first down. It's an automatic first down on it where those guys are coming in. Chains are going to move, 9:14, clock stopped till they move the chains. Now they're going to get it set and they're going to roll it. Here they go.
Boy, I was a little concerned with that, snap. I said, boy, is he going to take this from shotgun coming in 4th down? I like the fact that he came underneath center to sneak and push ahead. Changing quarterbacks on 3rd and 4th down to me this makes me a little nervous.
Here comes the insert. They're going to run this thing right up the middle. Got the back sitting on the side.
Taking a lot of time, Herb.
Look, there goes right up the middle. There it is. They run that insert play where they take both H-backs right up the A gap. Everybody else blocks out. It's a 4-man front. It's easy to do. And you can really move the pile if you're pretty stout. 2nd and 4.
Taking a lot of time, Herb.
It is. That's the problem with what they're running right now. You're going to have to take a shot every now and then. Trying to bait him into a quick shot right here. They've got him. They went to the quick shot. Oh,
flag. Any flag?
No flag, and he had opportunity to get to it. And ball falls incomplete. It does stop the clock for Trine, and they're going to have to reset this one.
Big down here.
3rd down, but really don't worry whether it's 3rd or 4th because at this point of the ball game, they're not punting. They're not going to turn it over on anything. They just have to get the right play call in. And you can see who's making the calls. I'm sorry, I'm one of those guys that sign reads just for fun. Inside, they'll give it right up the middle. There he goes. He's down inside the 15 or inside the 20-yard line, down to the 16-yard line, and a huge run and a nice play by Zane Kirby on that. It's almost like a draw, but they fake that he's going one way and just wall him off and back cut the backer. He can't get there. 22-yard run on that one. Brings up 1st and 10 from the 16. They're going to try to do it again, and there Rose-Hulman came up the middle with the blitz and did a nice job in slowing him down.
Andrew Walkowski, 6'1" senior from South Bend, did a great job there to stop that play before it developed.
13-point lead for Trine. Just under 7.5 minutes left to go in the ball game. Trine has to score to try to cut this into a one-score opportunity. Extra points are also important on this one, as the lead is 13. Looking. He's got a man open in the end zone. Couldn't get to him. He's going to scramble for the score. Here he comes.
Yep.
Down inside the 5, down to the 3, and they made a tackle. Huge tackle to stop the touchdown made by Amankwa. But it is 1st and goal from the 4, and here comes the other quarterback in this case. Here comes Alexander. Cole Alexander, the junior from, and they say Anderson, Indiana, LaPel High School.
Boy, and
here he comes. And the big back is in as well.
We get a timeout.
That's Crowder.
Probably
and
Rose.
A timeout's called. And we'll take one as well. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Well, as all Rose-Hulman in the first half, and in the second half, it's been Trine. They've moved the football effectively, although not fast. They just continue to keep pounding the football. And Rose-Hulman, with an injury to a quarterback, has caused some issues offensively. They're trying to run the football out and not been able to move the ball effectively, passing it as well as they did in the first half. And with that, we have our game starting to tighten up. 6:45 into this ball game, left in this ball game, and Trine with the football. If they can put it in the end zone, it puts a whole new light on a tight ball game. Goes to the edge, fakes, quarterback goes in, and he gets hammered in the back, and he loses a couple yards. They'll move that football back to the 7-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and goal from the 7.
That was a Price that came back in after that timeout. They changed their mind on that. That's a big. I was just thinking, I said, man, if we give up a touchdown, I at least would love it to be on 3rd down, maybe even 4th down to make this clock run. I'd love to see trying to get these plays off a little quicker. We're underneath. Down to 15 seconds on the play clock. Run the play. They're taking a lot of time.
He goes to pass. He's got a man in the corner. Knocked away, and that's a really good defensive play.
Amankwa there. Don't jabber jaw too much. You end up getting a penalty. Get back in the huddle. Let's make the next play. But Amankwa did a great job there. He was right there, knocked it down, forced 3rd down.
So it's 3rd down and goal from the 7. Trine desperately trying to score to pull this game to within 1 score. 6:06 left to go in the ball game.
Kirby and Crowder in the backfield with Price.
Looks, throws it, got a man open, touchdown.
That's a beautiful play right there.
Touchdown Trine, and we have a barn burner. It's going to get real scary here pretty quick.
Matthew Shoemaker, the 6'4", 230-pound tight end from Leesburg, made that grab. As looking at the backfield, you have those 3 options to run it. What do you sneak out the tight end?
You know where Leesburg is.
Yes, in Indiana.
Snap is up, kick is good, and now we have an interesting one, a 6-point lead for Rose-Hulman in the ball game. We'll pause for a moment. We'll be right back with the end of this one. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look both ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger. To keep you safe.
Daddy, he watches out for you.
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
6:02 left to go in the ball game. Rose-Hulman now must mount a drive, if for no other reason than give field position back to themselves, as they can't get stuck back here with the football inside the 20. Kick is a nice, good kick, gets down inside the 10, and we're going to see what happens. Down inside, and he's got a chance to break it out. Speed, he's off the edge. Here comes Hamzi's outside, he'll run it out of bounds.
Got out to the 31, and boy, if he had one more block here on the near side, but I think wisely decided not to try to take on those two Trine Thunder right there.
But a good return of about 25 yards. Rose-Hulman with the football at the 31. That's where they'll start this series.
Yeah.
And again at quarterback, Dylan Settles, the junior from Adrian, Michigan.
Man, if Settles can run it all, you can go misdirection and get 3 or 4 yards out of him on the ground.
They go to run the jet.
Okay.
They pull it off the edge. He can't go out of bounds. He makes a cut. Oh! There's a cut down inside. He picks up 9.
Oh, boy.
Huge play.
What a massive play. Now you give yourself second and very short. Run this clock down. Hopefully get a first down. Move the sticks. That was a big cutback, Herb.
Daniel Uri. And when he made that cut, there was an actual chance to take it the distance, but again, a nice play by Trine. They hemmed him in, held it to 9 yards. Signaled in plays. 3 receivers. H-back going back. They're going to hand it up the middle, and he fell down.
He slipped.
Short.
3rd down.
It'll be 3rd and 1.
Where are you spotting this thing?
Right at the line. 3rd and 1.
Boy, this is a nervous play right here. Trine has their full complement of timeouts.
And Rose-Hulman has run zone a couple times and really been nailed as Trine has sent the house on a couple of the short yardage plays. We're going to see what happens here. Ruperta in the backfield, sitting next to Settles. Gresscock is the H-back. They're going to run the jet off the edge. He's got to get it up in there, and he gets the first down.
Whew. You stretch that defense out wide enough to make him stretch the defense out, got him a little thin, and you can find a little cutback angle and just enough of that first down. Fresh set of downs. Now you start to try and think about using their timeouts. If they can hold Rose-Hulman to a really short gain here, I would expect to see them use a timeout here after first down.
Daniel Uri with 2 big running plays picks up the first down. Under 4 minutes now to go in the ball game. 23-17, a 6-point Rose-Hulman lead.
Play clock at 2.
It's Rose-Hulman in the first half, and it is Trine in the second half.
They tried to strip it and almost did.
And there's your timeout. So timeout's been called. We'll take one as well. 3:40 left to go in the ball game. Rose-Hulman by 6.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact. Work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have. And that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to Win Recovery.
What you wanted, and they went up the middle and almost got the ball ripped out.
Going backwards. They're going to call another timeout? They're not calling a timeout. I'm surprised.
3:27 left to go in the ball game. It's third down.
They did call the timeout now.
Did they call it?
Yeah, the clock stopped, so they must have called it.
It is a timeout to Trine. And we'll keep this one here. When we looked at this last time, we were talking about potentially the jet, and they ran Uri on the jet motion, didn't give him the ball. In this case, Settles ran the football up the middle and didn't get anything out of it. It's 3rd and 12, and Rose-Hulman desperately needs to keep this football moving. With 3:26, that's plenty of time, even without timeouts, to move the football up the field. What Trine has had trouble doing it is actually throwing it up the field with the guys they've had. Rose-Hulman secondary has played extremely well today. They've been in on almost every play, but you given the shot, you never know what's going to happen.
You don't, and that's one of the nervous things about the situation is that you don't know. And so here we are, Engineers, 3rd down and 12. Gotta try to make something happen. Somebody get some good blocks with this offensive line.
Power formation. And when I say this, Settles in the backfield, Uri in the backfield, Ruperta in the backfield. And it's not an old-fashioned full house backfield. It's pretty close, especially when we put Greshcock in at the wing. And they're taking a timeout. We'll take a very brief timeout, but we'll be right back with the rest of this ball game.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools.
We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Rose-Hulman needs a big play. It's 3rd and 12. So we'll see what Rose-Hulman can actually do in this situation. Jeff Sokol in his 12th year here at Rose-Hulman. And again, you really can't fault anything going on with this one. Tony Abbs is the head coach at Trine. He's built a really good program. Here comes the big play of the game. They're looking inside. They're going to hand the ball to Ruperta over the right side. He's down inside, close to that first down, but he's short.
Boy, was he
1
close.
yard to go.
Perilously close.
1 yard to go. They had a really good seam. That's the best running opportunity he's had all day.
Here. What a decision here, Herb.
4th and 1. If you pick up the 1 yard, the game's pretty well iced. But if you don't pick it up,
what a call. What would you do? What would you do?
It depends on what you think.
That's a great answer there. That's a great answer.
I have a 220-pound quarterback. I run the football for 1 yard. They're going for it. Ruperta, he got hammered.
My God.
And the game is...
My God.
That transition right now, the defense must hold for Rose-Hulman. Turnover on downs, and this ball game is going to the wire, folks. 2:43 left to go. Trine with the football. It sits at the 47-yard line. And Rose-Hulman has to do a great job defensively. Now it's hurry up, and that's not what Trine has been doing well tonight.
Well, they don't need to hurry. They have plenty of time. Plenty of time.
2:43 left to go. Play action. They're going to throw the wheel down the right sideline. He's got him open. Down inside the 10, or down inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. A great catch, a good throw, and they hauled it in on this one, did Trine. And a great play, catch by Arthur down at the 17-yard line. And now you're right. They have all the time in the world. 2:30 left to go, and they can run the football if they want to. And that's the big advantage for Trine. They've been able to do that on a consistent basis. Blitz shown by Rose-Hulman. 5-man front. They bring the house. They got him in the backfield. No, they don't. Price has it, and he's wrapped up out there. Wow, what a play.
You know, they did a great job of covering both, and you don't always see that, but Kaiser Bowen ended up getting the tackle there on Price, and that's a big tackle.
He almost got loose there.
Yep.
Again, 4-man front for Rose-Hulman. Play action. Nope, they're going to throw it. They got a man in the corner of the end zone, and he missed him.
Not there. I think Arthur wanted some kind of a contact there, but I think Amanqua was right there with him, and the throw wasn't quite where it needed to be for Arthur to be able to make that grab, 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 11, but more importantly, Trine is definitely in scoring position.
Yep.
That corner route, he just missed him on it.
Yep.
Here comes Price. Trine with an opportunity to try to win the ball game. Rose showing blitz. No, they're going to bail. They bailed on everything. Oh, they're on the draw. Quarterback draw up the middle. He could go. 5-4. Touchdown, Trine. And Trine scores. The extra point could put Trine in the lead. It was Rose-Hulman in the first half, and Trine is taking control of the football game in the second half. A couple of key plays, big pass plays, and then the quarterback draw right up the middle.
Got to run somebody else on the field to get the...
And it's the center snapper.
Oh, my God.
That makes it really tough.
Oh, boy.
Extra point is the key. Oh, and an offside.
Hey, they tried to time it, and, they tried to time it. I can't blame you. You got to go for that block.
Offside by Rose-Hulman.
Yeah.
That encroachment will move the football half the distance if they want it.
What?
And I don't know if he will. I really don't think they'll take it.
I wouldn't. Just leave it where it is. That's what you're comfortable with.
They're asking over to the side, what do you want to do?
They're gonna move it.
The regular kick. They're going to move it.
Yeah. Rose-Hulman try to time it again. If you're early, so what? You got to time it and get this block. Yeah, they moved
again. He got another one, and he kicked it through, but they're going to call offsides. And they're saying offsides, declined, the penalty, the point counts, and Trine has come back to take the lead over Rose-Hulman, 24-23, and will return in just a moment to watch the final of this football game.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Trine has fought their way back in the second half, mainly running the football, taking control of the game on the field with physicality.
Need a run back here, Herb.
They're going to kick it deep, and here it comes. Hobbs with the football. Does he have a seam? No seam. They shut him down at the 24, and Rose-Hulman will hustle out and see if they can move the football to get in an opportunity to kick a field goal potentially, put it in scoring position. This is a huge, huge opportunity for the quarterback in this case, Dylan Settles. So Settles has had to come over and take over with this one as Easterwood ended up being injured in the third period. Play action, looking to throw. He had a man deep. He's going to try to run with the football to get to the edge. Faked it.
Oh, get out of
and
bounds.
Doesn't get anything.
Nope.
And the clock's running. 1:20 left to go, and the clock is still moving.
Needed to get out of bounds there. Only one timeout.
Open or closed trips. They got the extra guy. They went for the draw. No, he's open. And a completed pass out on the outside. It'll stop the clock. 1:02 left to go and a first down.
Very close to the line of scrimmage there was Settles, but the legal pass and remove the chains.
Couple more like that. It's going to take them to get them into field goal range.
Jet sweep. Nope, not coming.
They need to get the football somewhere.
He moved.
32-yard line.
Free play.
Throws it up in there. Nothing.
That's okay. Had a free play there. Defensive end jump for Trine. So that was your opportunity to take a shot and try to push it downfield, see what you can come up with.
They're going to get 5 yards and 4 more plays. 58 seconds left to go in the ball game. That also gives Trine a chance to set their defensive adjustment, whether they're going to blitz or drop people. Rose-Hulman keeps their tight end in on the top of the screen. No, they bring him out, and he threw that one as an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
And they're getting a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of things going on, but there's one guy that's open all the time, coming in virtually untouched, and that would be a defensive end, number 97. That's Jacob Yoder. Nobody's been able to block him most of the evening.
Yep.
Again, 4-man rush for Trine. He throws the out, doesn't get anybody, and he had the corner route potentially for a big play.
Yeah.
They're running a smash route, trying to get something accomplished. It's 3rd down and 5. So the offside gave him an extra play during this drive, and they're into 3rd down.
This one, tough one right here. 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Once again, you got to push the ball down the field a little bit.
52 seconds, but more importantly, they need to move this chain.
Yep,
they need to get the offense going forward. And they're bringing them. They brought the house.
They should be.
He throws it, almost picked off.
Yeah, you gotta bring pressure right there. Don't let him get comfortable.
And there's a penalty.
On who?
It's on Trine. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike. And that'll really change things for Rose-Hulman. That's a 15-yard penalty from, and it's not a spot foul. That's going to be from where the last point was. And that means they're going to have the football getting much closer. One good completion can give an opportunity for a field goal for Rose-Hulman.
But you got to get that good completion. I think Trine's going to continue to bring pressure, and Settles is going to have to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Can you throw something to the slot?
Incomplete pass. Looking deep.
Oh, man.
He fumbled the football. Trine has the football.
Yep, that's it.
And with that, the Trine Thunder will be able to kneel on the football for one play.
2 years in a row, you got a 1-point game.
1-point game, and both of these
comes
teams
down to the end.
Both these teams will end up benefiting from the ball game, but Rose-Hulman has to feel like they're almost snake bit at certain points.
I'm going to disagree with you. I think Rose-Hulman doesn't benefit from this. With the way the last quarter and a half, down to your third-string quarterback, I don't see the benefit. And you got to bring a player out. I don't see how they benefit from this. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a tough loss. The way it happened. You're up 23 to 10. You're up basically 2 touchdowns. With 20 minutes to go or so, 22 minutes to go, and to come down and lose that game after your quarterback, not because of turnovers, it's not because of penalties, it's not because blown coverages. Sometimes guys get injured and it affects the game, and that's really an unfortunate way to lose a game. Yeah. I'm not saying that it's 100% that Rose-Hulman would have won this game if Easterwood could have finished all 4 quarters, but I'm saying the chance, I give it a strong chance because Rose-Hulman had control of this game. I was going to say that.
They really did. So, they had control in the first half.
It's a tough way to lose this game.
2 halves.
Yes.
It was, it's 23-3 at the end of the first half.
Yep.
And Rose-Hulman has opportunities all over the place, and all of a sudden, Trine just keeps coming back for more.
Yeah.
And when they do that, you can see the Trine Thunder coming back from almost obscurity at certain points, winning the football game, playing an outstanding ball game, and just you can't say enough about them battling all the way through, and they end up winning the football game 24-23 in another huge. You look at these two teams played football the last 2 years.
Extend the series.
Oh my goodness.
Extend the series, please.
Yeah.
I don't know if it has been. I hope it does. I hope it really. This is a good matchup. They've treated fans of really 2 great games over 2 years. I hope we see more of this. This is good.
Well, and you're going to see another one this next week.
That's right.
When we see the Albion Britons this next week, and again, that will be another ball game that has the same kind of makings as this one. Both teams can play. They play well. They play hard. And both of them are looking to potentially win conference championships. For Rose-Hulman, all of their ability to do things is still in front of them.
Yeah.
They still have an opportunity. But and you can see all the coaches, they know each other. They know what's going on. And it was a tremendous ball game.
It was.
Really was. Tough for Rose-Hulman. Great opportunity for Trine. And again, we'll have football for you this next week, and it's a noon start this next week where Rose-Hulman will take on the Albion Brits. The Britons come to town here, and it will have that football game on. We'll be on the air at 11:45. It's a noon start, so it'll be one of those early starts to allow them to get back to Albion after the football game. And for Rose-Hulman, they fall to 0-2. For Trine, they're 2-0 and feeling good about themselves. For Rose-Hulman, they're going to have to readjust, regroup, and come back at it.
They are, and you got to see what your quarterback room looks like to see if Robertson, I don't know if he'll be back next week. Easterwood, to see if he's healthy to go next week. Got to have a quarterback. If that's not the case, then you're going to have to figure out some Wildcat situation. What can you do? With repair to maybe Ty Salou. I don't know. You've got some guys that I guarantee ran Wildcat quarterback in high school. Some you got time to try to figure out between now and next Saturday. But unfortunate thing is that you're facing a really good team next week again. You don't have a team to kind of practice against. You're facing a conference champion contender in the MIAA again next week.
Well, a great football game.
Yes.
I can't say enough about the two institutions.
Absolutely.
As they do a great job in everything that's going on. These two teams played it out, battled it all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Great football. Again, we'll be on the air this next Saturday when Albion comes to call here at Rose-Hulman, and you'll see another great non-conference ball game this way as Rose-Hulman starts to prepare again for HCAC competition. For Walter Gordon, I'm Herb King. We'll say so long from Terre Haute, Indiana. Again, 24-23, and Trine with the victory over the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers. So long.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.